Tyler Ramos.
Here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy DZ, and not only shout out to my boy DZ, but shout out to the XRP army. Let's go. Bing bong. Guys, XRP taking an absolute moonshot. We're going to be covering probably mostly, we're going to be covering Bitcoin as well, but I want to talk about XRP today specifically, as obviously it has been an absolutely insane day for XRP. Absolute moonshot. We got so close to $1 earlier today. You guys will know that because I was live. So we were looking at XRP a little bit earlier. I've basically been talking for, I don't know, almost like 5 hours straight now because I went from the live stream at 1:30 to the live stream on Debate Crypto straight to this live stream. And I've just been talking about XRP all day, and I don't mind it because XRP is absolutely mooning, guys. Shout out to the XRP army. Let me see the XRP symbols in chat right now, if you got those memberships. Let's see that XRP army show face right now. But guys, oh baby, do we have an amazing show for you guys tonight. We're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin as, guys, I'll be honest with you. I thought Bitcoin was going to break out of its range, which it kind of did, but it also kind of didn't. Like, we broke out of the range a little bit. I mean, I guess we are still a bit above the range here, but we're going to be covering Bitcoin. As you guys know, it has been extremely boring price action recently, but as I always say, sometimes when Bitcoin likes to take a nap, or I guess in this case, XRP, also been boring lately. Sometimes when you wake these things up from their naps, they get up and they are angry and they start rearing their heads around and flinging price to the upside and sometimes the downside. But we're going to be covering Bitcoin, guys. Where are we looking for our next stop? Is this a legitimate breakout? Is this a fake out before a return to lower prices? And then we're going to be taking a look at XRP as well, guys. The next top 3 price targets for XRP. Now, we talked a little bit about it earlier today, but while we were live, 2 of those price targets got hit live on stream. So we're going to be going over a couple of more profit targets, price targets to the upsides, I guess profit targets, but we're going to be covering the higher price targets for XRP. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin. Which way are we going? It does seem like we want to go up at this point, but I want to cover to you guys because, as you know, the mixed signals have been out there recently, and I want to talk to you guys about how some things that we were looking at when it comes to CVD and stuff like that. Again, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but things that could, indicate that we may be more likely to break to the upside here out of this range, which, again, we kind of already are doing, but you got to be careful of those fake outs. So, with all that being said, guys, shout out to I just feel like we should just talk about XRP this whole stream. But guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure. And if we get 1,000 likes on tonight's stream, I will go ahead and spin that wheel. Let's say, I don't know, 20 times, and maybe we'll give away some premium memberships. I don't know. We're gonna be doing something really, really cool, guys. We are also not only breaking out on XRP, guys. We are also breaking out on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. We are 30 subs away, 60 subs away from hitting 50,000 subscribers. This is a milestone that we have been after for quite some time. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not already. And yeah, congrats. Congrats to anybody holding XRP. Shout out to Mr. B, says, talk that talk, baby. Looks like the XRP holders are walking the walk now. But guys, hit that subscribe button. Let's get it to 50K by the end of the stream. And this will be the most lit day ever. Bitcoin finally moves. XRP goes to the moon. And Frankie Candles' YouTube channel hits 50K. Hopefully, has a green dot on Market Cypher B. Let's go. Shout out to Metavice, said Frankie Candles' YouTube channel has a green dot on Market Cypher B. Let's go. But guys, with all that being said, we got the XRP army in chat. We got 600 people in here to kick off the live stream. Smash that like button. And without further ado, let's say what's up to chat and then jump right on in to the charts. But let's see who we got in here. We got Metavice. What is going on? Yeah, Metavice said, when 10K XRP? Never! I'm just kidding. Guys, when it comes to market cap, XRP, it's basically impossible for XRP to get to 10K. The argument there for the $10,000 XRP has nothing to do with market cap, right? I talked about this earlier today. It has nothing to do with market cap. They are more looking at, I don't want to get super into it, but basically they're looking at XRP building the internet of value, and they're not saying that because there's really, I'm pretty sure there's not enough money in the world to get XRP to a $10,000 market, or $10,000 price. I don't know what the market cap is. It's trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. It's impossible for XRP to go to 10K. I'm sorry. When you're talking about market cap, now what everyone who thinks it's going to 10K is talking about is not only money entering the asset, but also just value in general of assets and all that good stuff. It's, to be honest, I don't even really know their full story. I just saw a video the other day kind of talking about it, and I'm like, okay, they're not completely clueless of market cap or anything like that. That's just not what they're basing their prediction on. But I will say this. I think when people talk about a 10K XRP, they're expecting it sooner than what these other people are expecting. But in my opinion, when it comes to market cap specifically, it is impossible for XRP to go to 10K. Whether some other conspiracy thing happens or not, who knows? But I'm not really willing to gamble and hold my XRP till it hits 10K. I'm sorry. But hey, I hope I'm wrong, guys. I hope it goes to 10K, because if it goes to 10K, like I said, we'll be doing private jet giveaways on the channel. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and see who else we got in here. We got Nigel Smith. What is going on, bro? Jack of all trades. Master of one, oftentimes better than a master of one. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Crypto Licks. What is going on, bro? Throwing those XRP tokens in here. What's going on? Thank you for being here. We got Robin in the chat. Donato Cabrera. What is going on, bro? Thank you for tuning in. We got Greg Gonzalez in the chat. Says XRP, baby. Let's go. XRP Army. Very overdue. I've been holding for 4 years, stacking the bag fat for this day right here. Let's go, guys. It is absolutely insane. Shout out to Mr. Wolf. Yo, next pump coming. Next pump coming up. Let's go. I do believe, I don't know if the last I checked, it did look like they were going to relist on Coinbase. I saw some murmurs that it had already happened, and it is live. I have not checked myself. If somebody can update me, in the chat and let me know if Coinbase relisted yet. But that is likely, in my opinion, probably going to cost. Probably going to cause some kind of another move to the upside. It's listed and live, says Medic Money. Dang, man, this might be. Is it mooning right now? I mean, this is, yeah. All right, guys. Shout out to the CandleMafia. Thank you all for being here. Without further ado, yes, there is. Oh, my God. XRP back on Coinbase. This is nuts, guys. This is nuts. But remember, guys, I'm holding my XRP. I'm holding my XRP long term. I want to say this. Flat Smack said Frankie was right all along. Shout out to Flat Smack. Yeah, it's funny because people think I'm an XRP bear because I don't think it's going to 10K. Definitely not an XRP bear, guys. Definitely an XRP mega bull. Just, you got to be realistic with your predictions. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Hannah King. Thank you for gifting those membership, that Frankie Candles membership. I do appreciate you. Not tradable on Coinbase, somebody said. So I don't know if that's confirmed or not. It seems to be a little bit of mixed signals. But I will say, guys, if we do get listed back on Coinbase, that is... that is likely to give us a big move to, or some other move to the upside. I don't know how big it'll be, but we're going to be talking about the price targets. And let me just go ahead and readjust my screen here so you guys can see all the juicy information. Let me go ahead and reconnect that display. Bada boom, bada bing. And here we are live and ready to go. So guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and see if we can spot this next XRP pump incoming. And let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. Here we go. Oh, baby, guys. I've just been waiting for some kind of volatility because this price action has been very boring. And guys, look at the Lambo candle on XRP. I was on the lower time frames before, and I zoomed in to look at something down here. And I was just like zooming in, and I was like, oh. And then I just tried to scroll back up to the top of the pump, and it took me so long to get up on these 1 minute candles or these 5 minute candles. Just an absolute moonshot, guys. Super exciting. Obviously, I'm zoomed in, but guys, we're gonna start with Bitcoin, and then we're gonna roll into XRP, and I'm gonna be talking about all the saucy levels on not only Bitcoin but also XRP and the other altcoins. We will take a look at some other alts here very soon. We got, guys, show our mods some love. We got Crypto Billy, Captain Kirk, Chemistry Bro, Tyler Durden, Rob the Crypto Snob. I think actually, I don't know if Tyler Durden and Rob the Crypto Snob are on here. They might be taking their first private jet flights. Shout out to them. But yeah, guys, go ahead and smash the like button and let our mods know you love them. And shout out to Sunny for the $2 super chat. Said XRP 2. 589, baby. Officer 589. Let's go. But guys, let's go ahead and jump right into the charts here. Shout out to Jack of all trades. But guys, taking a look at Bitcoin. Now, obviously, we have been getting some really mixed signals on Bitcoin, and I do want to talk about kind of where we actually were. Let's just talk about it for a minute. Let me go ahead and turn off the TA real quick. Actually, this is the wrong chart. Let's come on over here, pull up that Bitstamp chart, and start taking a look. There we go. Okay, so here we are, guys. Oh, babe, I'm so excited, guys. It's like not only is XRP pumping, I mean, we got a little Bitcoin pump, nothing too crazy, but, you know, it's just the movement that I'm excited about. Because like I said, the streams were not too exciting. I mean, we make them exciting, but like the viewers are down. The energy's just different when you're ranging sideways, although we were crushing the range trades within this volume profile. But we finally got some volatility. There's finally some things to talk about. So let's go ahead and break it down. Starting off with our drawings off the chart. And I want to go ahead and start off here on the weekly time frame. Right now, this is obviously this is kind of what we've been looking at here on the weekly. This is a mega bullish signal on Bitcoin. We had this confirm on July 3rd, right before the 4th of July, and or no, I guess, no, we confirmed it technically on July 2nd. Either way, guys, this is confirmed. Weekly money flow crossover into the green. This is a mega bullish sign for Bitcoin in the long term. In the long term. It does not mean we can't get short-term noise to the downside. So, you know, if we wind up dumping tomorrow or dumping in a week from now or whatever, and we wind up coming back into this range, I'm not quite freaking out just yet, but we do have this weekly money flow crossover. Mega long-term bullish signal for Bitcoin. Obviously, you want to be careful of this weekly bearish divergence with our higher highs on our price action, lower highs on our momentum waves. Again, it is not printing just yet. We could easily push up higher here before printing that red dot. Just something I'm keeping an eye on. But overall, with the money flow coming up, guys, this is mega bullish. We covered this almost every single day on the live stream. These weekly money flow crossovers are absolutely no joke. You could see it crossed over here in 2019 before we came up in our bear market rally, or kind of in the middle of our bear market rally, which is almost exactly where it happened this time, right? We're in the middle of a bear market rally. We got a crossover into the green here, faked back out into the red, and now we're getting a crossover again. Are we going to be able to make it to some of these higher prices, potentially targeting between 48 and 50K? We're going to be talking about it, but overall, super bullish signal on Bitcoin, again, in the long term, because you can see here, once you got that money flow crossover right here, We got a move up and then a big move down during that Black Swan event before turning back around and reversing right back to the upside. So obviously doesn't mean you're just going to moon to 100K instantly, but again, it is a very good sign, kind of stating that it's likely that the bottom is in, and we may be just kind of consolidating / getting a bear market rally before we get the halving and the next bull run. So just keep that in mind. It doesn't mean an instant shot to 100K, unfortunately. I guess doesn't mean doesn't mean it's impossible, but, likely we will kind of see some kind of bing-bonging around at some point. But we're going to talk about higher prices for Bitcoin as well as XRP, but I'm going to come back to this in a minute. Coming down to our lower daily time frames, guys, 4-hour VWAP continuing to come to the, actually getting a little support on the 0 line here, obviously, as we got a little move up. But once we get that VWAP to cross over, we will get a red dot on the 4-day. And that will likely indicate some kind of a cool-off. Take a look at the daily here, guys. So here's the thing, right? Obviously, we had a lot of mixed signals coming in. It's very hard to judge whether this is or was going to break to the upside or downside. Technically, we have taken out the highs here, but we are not really decisively broken out, at least just yet. I want to show you guys some of the key levels we're watching. But it looks like if you guys watch the live stream every day, we may get the setup that we were looking at a few days ago, where we were kind of looking at both cases, right? When things are mixed, I look at both cases every day. But when things, especially when things give you mixed signals, you want to make sure that you're prepared for the move down and the move up, right? You could obviously, lean one way or another based off your TA. That's kind of the point. But when it's really hard to read, it's more important than ever to prepare for a move down or a move up, regardless of what you think is going to happen. And we were just trying to show you guys, kind of what I would be expecting to happen. And we were talking about if we got this break, if we got a break to the upside. Again, I think this could be a break to the upside. The charts would, again, this daily has been looking mega bullish. This was like the main bullish case for Bitcoin over the past few days, was the money flow crossover with our green dot here on the daily. But we were saying if we did get this break to the upside, and again, I'm not convinced just yet. It does look good, but I'd like to really hop on top of here and start coming higher. But if we get that move back up here, there's some levels up here that we're looking for a potential bearish divergence to form. So if we come up back to the daily here, you can see if we wind up pushing a little bit higher, I mean, we don't even have to push higher technically, but even if we did push higher, you got to be careful of the higher high in your price action. And if this momentum wave comes down and puts in a lower high, you may wind up putting in a bearish divergence on the daily, which would likely give us a correction to the downside. So for our next big correction, if we do continue up, I will be looking for that higher high, and I will be looking for this lower high on the daily. But again, we're not there yet, right? VWAP is flying up. It looks good right now. Money flow crossing over into the green. And I will say this, if we do get that cool off, I wouldn't necessarily be expecting this to nuke down to 0, right? Because our money flow on the daily would indicate that the trend to the upside will continue as money flow comes into this green wave. So something we've been looking at for quite some time. But I just want to point that out because, again, it's exciting that we're pumping, but you got to be ready, right? Like, you don't want to see the pump and then FOMO into these big green candles only to get dumped on. You want to wait for price to pump into your trap and then look for the shorts. And again, that daily bear div may be something to look at, but it is not there right now. As of right now, it does look pretty good. And again, if we come down, I will just be looking to put in either a higher low down here or potentially a higher low on this POC. And we'll talk a little bit about that, a little more about that in just a second. But coming down to some of the lower time frames, guys, looking at the 4-hour, you can see we may wind up getting a 4-hour bearish divergence here, which again could wind up cooling us off. Not the strongest angle, but it is a divergence. And again, you want to realize our money flow on the 4-hour is still trickling to the downside, guys. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin dominance in a second as well, because that could give us some clues into what the market might look like over the next couple of weeks. But with the money flow creeping out on the 4-hour, this was kind of one of the things that were pointing to the downside, right? Looking for a break to the downside before our next big leg up. And I will say, I'm sure there's probably some people out there wondering, this is, at least at this point, like, I don't consider this our next big leg up, right? Like, this is just a deviation from the range. This could turn into our next leg up for sure, but this is not the next leg up, right? So if we do wind up coming down, I would still be looking for the same thing. If we do come down and break the range, I will look to put in a higher low and then have the higher daily time frames, right? Red dot looking for a red dot on the 3-day, looking for a red dot on the 4-day. So, maybe these time frames, maybe we get another pump to the upside, put in some bearish divergence, come down, the higher daily time frames will cool off and reset, and then maybe that's where we come down and put in a little bit of a higher low, right? And then we get that next big move to the upside once those dailies start to wrap or roll back over to the upside. But again, shorter term, take a look at the 4-hour. Potential bearish divergence with money flow coming out. VWAP rolling over to the downside. This is likely to give us some kind of a cool off. Obviously, we're in a bit more of a bullish environment in the short term. So be careful with the shorts, obviously. But, I mean, this money flow on the 4-hour is continuing to come out here, guys. But, this has obviously happened in the past. We've been talking about this. Back here, we had something very, very similar happen as we were ranging around. We thought we were breaking out here, but we had money flow coming to the downside, right? Like, this is not right 100% of the time, but if I move this over, you could see money flow was cruising to the downside here, but we wound up getting a short squeeze, ripping us out of the range to the upside before finally putting in that higher high and then getting the real correction right to the downside. Right? So that's kind of similarly what I would be looking for if we do get a decisive squeeze to the upside like we did here on our current price action. I would be looking for something very similar where it's like, hey, the 4-hour looks like it wants to come down, but if we squeeze to the upside, right, and we get that massive push to the upside, that's where you might put the higher high in, continuing to not only put bearish divergences in on the 4-hour, but you also might be getting that on the daily at that point as well. So just looking into the future here, just kind of looking at what to potentially expect coming here if we continue up. But other than that, guys, in the long term, and then also just fundamentally, like I've been saying this for a while, like I've never been more bullish on Bitcoin, right? Like not only is that, that weekly money flow crossover is no joke, guys. The weekly money flow crossover is huge. But I would definitely be, very, very cautious with anything you're doing right now. But I am in the long term bullish because again, the short term, like this money flow, even though we got this push to the upside, the 4-hour money flow never really got a big push back up into a bigger green wave, right? It's just kind of continuing to put in lower highs, right? Like you're just putting in another lower high here. So, just kind of see into the future here. But again, I do want to point this out because we look at these a lot, guys. The 4-hour yesterday, as far as momentum waves go, we had this very bullish trigger wave. This is one thing we were looking at yesterday. Very tiny trigger wave, tight to the 0 line like this. Typically, when you get these trigger waves, it could indicate that you are going to get a decent move up. And then that on top of the daily, right about here, that daily green dot that we were printing with the money flow crossover into the green, that was the bullish case, right? And it does look like, it kind of played out here. It could play out a lot more, but we did get that little push to the upside. And in my opinion, even more than the money flow crossover into the green with the green dot on the daily, this was, in my opinion, this was the real signal here that we were going to get that move up. That tight trigger wave very often means you're going to get a move. I could try to find another one that was super tight to, even here, you have another one that's really tight. Boom, you get a shot to the upside. Let's see. Let me try to find another one. Like right here, you get a nice little trigger wave. Boom, you come to the upside. Let's see. I'm not going to find every single one, but, that's a lot of times those trigger waves can, right here, tiny little trigger wave with money flow coming up, and that was the start of this massive move up to the upside, right? Doesn't mean it's going to play out exactly the same, but I'm just saying those tight trigger waves are a good thing to look for to, try to anticipate these big moves to the upside. Incognito said 10K XRP by the end of July. That'd be crazy. Only 10K? Let's go for 100K, guys. I'm just kidding. Someone's going to clip that, and then someone's going to be like, Frankie Candles thinks it's going to 10K. Meanwhile, it's quite the opposite. But just some things we're looking at on Bitcoin, guys, short term, still a little confusing here on the 4-hour. But I will say, and then even yesterday, guys, we actually were getting a red dot on the daily, invalidating this green dot, but it wound up not confirming. And this is, again, why you don't want to front run your signals, right? You want to make sure that you're waiting for your signals to confirm, because you could have something like this happen where yesterday the daily went from looking really bullish, and then by the end of the day, it actually looked pretty bearish, but it didn't confirm, and then you wake up and you see that your green dot is back again, and that red dot has disappeared, and then that's why you don't want to enter trades when your signals are not confirmed. So as of right now, guys, this daily looks pretty good. Again, if we continue up, you now know what I'm kind of looking for here for those bearish divergences, not only only on the daily, but you can also see these forming potentially on the 16-hour as well as the 8-hour. You can see, obviously, you are making some higher highs here. I mean, especially if you pull it to your wicks, much higher highs here with your lower highs on your momentum waves. VWAP and money flow coming out again, and it's not really coming up very much on this pump, guys. So again, money flow is coming out. So just be careful. Like I said, yesterday I said I was leaning a little bit more neutral. Still can't unsee all this money flow coming to the downside. But we want to be careful because we're in a bullish environment. I think if we do pump, it's going to be based off of something like guys, imagine if the BlackRock ETF gets approved tomorrow. The chart is not going to care that the money flow is coming out. It's just going to rip. In my opinion, right? Not financial advice. Who knows? Maybe it gets approved and we dump. Weird stuff like that happens all the time. But you would think if they approve the ETF, it's going to cause a big move up, right? And again, it's not going to care about money flow if something like that happens. Same thing with this XRP thing, right? Bitcoin likely pumped off of that, right? So it didn't care that we had a red dot on the daily yesterday, because once that news comes out, you're going to just naturally pump off the news, and that red dot's going to get stepped on. The TA is not going to work 100% of the time. So it's important to realize here. But again, 16-hour money flow looks pretty good. 12-hour money flow looks pretty good, but your 10 hours coming out aggressively, your 8 hours coming out aggressively, your 6 hours also kind of coming up, but generally coming out. So these are things you have to keep an eye on, right? Because you don't want to get too high on the bullish hopium, and you also don't want to get too depressed and bearish on the bearish. What is the opposite of hopium? I don't know, but you don't want to get too high on the highs, and you don't want to get too low on the lows, right? You want to keep a neutral, emotionless view on the market. When price pumps here, I'm not oh my God, it's just okay, cool, we're pumping. Even if we pumped high, you got to try to kill those emotions, and that's what's going to help you infinitely in your trading. But you got to keep an eye on this money flow, guys. But like I said, again, if we're going to pump off news or a short squeeze or something like that, likely the money flow is just going to get stepped on here. So that's why I'm saying be extra careful here. Now, also, I want to talk about how we can, potentially spot these moves before they happen. And one of the things that we did recently here was we analyzed this range using CVD, and we were looking at XO charts yesterday, but I'm actually just going to pull up Coinalyze here. Looking at Coinalyze here, we are looking at CVD, and basically, guys, if I come on out to a higher time frame so I can get a little bit of a better view on what that range actually looks like, I'll actually come up to the 4-hour. You could kind of see here, right? If you're looking at your CVD, right? Let me make this full screen. Your CVD indicates when you're coming down with your CVD, this is indicating, right? Again, I've said this before earlier today. The metrics on the side here, the numbers do not really matter too much, right? And we're going to get to XRP in just a second, guys, but this is important for Bitcoin. The metrics don't matter on the side here. Really what matters on the CVD is your direction. So when you're looking at this range as a sideways range, obviously, if I was analyzing this, trying to figure out if it's more likely to break to the upside or the downside, what I can do is look at CVD. And again, I apologize if this is repetitive if you were in the stream earlier today, but you have your sideways range here, right? And you could look by your CVD, if your futures CVD, so this is everybody trading futures, is shorting. This is showing, if it's moving down, it's showing that there's more people shorting than longing, right? So more people are betting on the price going down than up. And that would make sense, right? If you're just thinking the psychology of the market, you're just thinking, right? You got a big move to the upside. Now everybody thinks the big correction's coming. That's why there's so many people shorting here, likely. But what's happening to price action? Price action, I mean, if you just drew a general line, is flat for the most part. Generally, price action's flat. So if we have more people shorting here and price action is flat, what could this mean? Not only do we have the futures traders shorting, but we also have more people on the spot market selling than buying, at least throughout this entire range, right? And you could see the CVD was coming up as we pumped, and then as we started to range, you see the CV start to come down because people start to think that you're going to get a correction to come fill some of these gaps that you have down here. There's just nothing under here. So a lot of people are expecting to come back down here and test some levels before continuing up, which is totally plausible. But what's happening to price action? We're not breaking the lows, right? So we're getting everyone shorting into this range, but we just keep bouncing off of the lows, right? We just keep holding the range as support, and then obviously we bounced, put in this higher high or a higher low, and then came to the upside, right? So what does this tell us? This is telling us that potentially even though people are shorting into this range, there could be a whale down here filling up a large limit long order. This whale could be kind of just every time we dip down and people try to break out of this range, that whale might just be filling up its limit long order to load up for that next big move to the upside. Now, this is not a science, guys. It doesn't guarantee that we're going to absolutely moon out of this range. But again, when the indicators are as mixed looking as they are, and we have money flow coming out, but like sentiment is really bullish, that is cases where the TA will get stepped on or the indicators will kind of get tricked, right? So that's why we're looking at CVD, trying to see behind the candlesticks. And then there's also some things on exo charts that would indicate that we could break to the upside a little bit more likely, just because every time we dip down on these big wicks, these big attempts to break the lows, guys, there was a lot of absorption on these candles, which again would indicate that there could be a potential whale down here with limit long orders just filling up to eventually push price back to the upside. Now, again, it doesn't guarantee that we will break up. It's probably Crypto Face, maybe. Yeah, shout out to Crypto Face, guys. He was just live. I don't know if he's still live or not, but yeah, he had a quite a big trade. I think it was like a $230,000 position or a $2 million position, but it was a $230,000 trade on 9x leverage, which is absolutely insane. Yeah, nobody trades like Crypto Face, guys. Like, no one's out here in $2 million longs like Crypto Face is, and he's obviously up big time right now. So shout out to Crypto Face. Yesterday, he was in a long as well, and we were saying, like, he must see something that someone doesn't see. You have to remember, he created Market Cipher, right? So he's very, very familiar with how it works, obviously. But like I said, it was probably the daily he was looking at. If we pull TradingView back up here, that daily was looking pretty good with the money flow crossover in the green dot. And then it got invalidated last night, and I was like, oh, yikes. I hope that doesn't dump. But then again, it did not confirm. So looking at that CVD, guys, again, it does look like, we are maybe potentially getting a whale to fill up a long limit order up here, potentially giving it a little bit more of a likely chance that we break to the upside. But again, nothing is 100%, and a lot of the indicators would suggest potentially a different thing incoming here. So, but you could also, you could see here, guys, this is so similar. This is so similar to right here is so similar. Not only on the price action, but also on Market Cipher, right? We ranged around, and it looks like we want to break up. Right here, we ranged around, right? And look at Market Cipher. Money flow was coming up on the daily, right? Money flow coming up on the daily, right? And then that green dot right here was the thing. We were probably looking for something very similar, guys. We were probably looking like, hey, watch out for the bear div, and then boom, you print this green dot, money flow crosses over, and then bang, you come right to the upside. So looking very similar, right? So we got to be careful about this. The one thing about back here was there was a very, very clear short squeeze. Again, looking at Coinalyze, I will just pull it up again, give you guys some value in the stream so you guys can actually learn something. You have your future CVD coming down and your spot CVD coming down. This is one thing that looks different, right? If you come back to this area that I just mentioned, back here, we had future CVD coming down, right? I showed this yesterday. Future CVD was coming down, but spot CVD was coming up, right? And not only that, but price was also trending to the upside. So what this basically tells you is the futures market is shorting into this range, right? And again, it was basically the same thing that we have right now, basically just a sideways range, right? And the futures market, same thing. We had just gotten a big move to the upside, and we started ranging around. A lot of people probably thought that we were going to break down below this range because we just got a big move up. They were looking for the big correction or potentially the lower low. Everybody's expecting 10K to come. And then what happened? So everybody's shorting in here, thinking it's going to dump, but the spot market was buying. The spot market was up here buying, right? So this is basically a divergence between the spot market and the futures traders. And basically what happened was we could tell here that the spot market is buying, and that is what is actually pushing the price of Bitcoin up. And eventually it pushed it up high enough to start stopping out everybody's short positions from up here. Everybody's stop loss is probably above these highs. And then the spot market, again, they're buying on spot. They pushed the price up and they stopped out all the shorts, and it caused this squeeze to the upside before finally putting in the final high and then rejecting to the downside and getting the cool off that these people were looking at, right? Like, these people thought this was going to happen here. but it didn't. And we were able to see that by seeing the spot CVD coming up and the future CVD coming down. But we do not have that here. So there's no clear short squeeze going on here because we have both CVDs coming down. But again, it does look like we could have some potential, a little bit more absorption at the bottom than the lows of the range than the highs of the range. So just something to keep in mind, guys. Again, nothing is 100% with any of this stuff. So just take it for what it's worth. Definitely a little less, even less clear here than it was back here, but just very, very similar. Even Market Cipher B was looking very similar. And remember, one of the most bearish things we're looking at right now is 4-hour money flow coming out, right? That's like one of the main bearish cases, as well as some of the higher time frames. And if we come back to where that short squeeze happened, we had the same thing. The 4-hour was saying down, but the daily was saying up. And at this point, the daily did wind up winning, but we were able to see this was because of the short squeeze, right? So there was a kind of a caveat there where we don't have that caveat here. So very interesting. But again, we are starting to break out. Let me pull up the key levels we got to be watching, and then we will jump right into XRP, guys, and talk about the next price targets potentially. But looking at the daily here, guys, what is going on here? Looking at the daily and our key levels from yesterday, we are simply in our macro volume profile. I'm going to hide the local profile really quickly here, and I'm actually going to hide the rest of these levels as well, and I'm just going to look at the key levels, right? So we have the local range bing-bonging around, and we were talking about last night, if we broke out, the next major level of resistance would be your value area high, your macro value area high, pulled from this range back here in 2022. Now, what happened? We broke out of the local range. We came right up to that daily value area high, or that previous value area high. And we are now, at least on the daily, starting to, our body of our candle is back below this level, as expected due to the volume profiles, obviously. But if we come a little lower here, yeah, baby, you could see this, guys. We broke out of the local range, right? I will just go ahead and draw that local range really, really quickly, just so you guys can see it. We broke out of the local range, which is from here to here, right? So we broke out of the local range. We looked, our eyes shifted to the value area high of the macro range. We deviated, and now we've broken back below the value area high, and we are coming back up to potentially retest the golden pocket 786 retracement, or, just in general, testing the value area high of the range. So if we are going to get accepted back into this range, guys, we may see a cool off for Bitcoin here. And I know that's not what everybody wants to hear, but rest assured, it's not guaranteed. So, moon time might still be here. But I will say this is a little bit alarming, is that we broke, not alarming, but a little bit of an indication that we might cool off, is that we have gotten back into the local or the macro range, and we are now testing the value area highs resistance. If we can't get back above this level, it's not like as soon as we come up here, we're going to nuke. We could, but that doesn't guarantee it. We could wind up coming up and then come back down and then come to test it again and then break out. But the point here is if we do not get back above this value area high decisively, we could expect to come back down and get a little bit of a cool off and test the value area high of the local range, which is coming in at about $30,743. And then if you go ahead and let's see if we pull this. Yeah, if you pull your local Fibonacci retracement levels, your 786 does come in right on that value area high. And if we do come back down, it would be a big level to look for a bounce. So that is just kind of where we're at right now as far as key levels. Your key level of resistance right now on Bitcoin, if you want more upside, is to crack this value area high. If you do not crack that value area high, you are likely to head back down to your your previous local value area high, just simply another level right here. And again, that is coming in at about $30,743. So yeah, keep a lookout for that. And then on top of that, guys, again, looking at the 3-hour VWAP coming down, your 4-hour VWAP is also coming down. Potential bearish divergence here could wind up, assisting you in that move down. So just be careful about that. But again, I wouldn't expect this to nuke to zero. I would just, again, as long as that daily money flow remains in the green, we could potentially see the uptrend continue. And theoretically, if we do get that cool off, we come back down, accept it back into the range, and we come test that 786 value area high, and we break out again and come to higher prices, it would make a lot of sense, because it would simply, you would have your low, your high, your higher low, your higher high, and then another higher low before your next higher high. So that would just continue your bullish market structure, which would be, again, that's why I wouldn't be flipping completely bearish if we get accepted back in here. But then again, if you get a scalp short from up here and you do indeed come down and then you break below this value area low, you may head down to the bottom of the local range and then potentially down to the bottom of the macro range. It's all about time frames, guys. If you're trading the shorter time frames, a lot of times you can get into really nice entries and then hold them for longer trades. Yeah, XRP, shout out to FedCoin. Let's go. Yeah, FedCoin must be pissed. Shout out to FedCoin. Yeah, XRP going absolutely nuts. Today is a great day and the start of something big for all cryptos. Shout out to Crypto420. What is going on, dude? Good to see you in here, man. It says, Frankie, you're killing me, bro. We got to look at the XRP chart. Okay, I hear you guys. Shout out to the XRP army. This is enough of Bitcoin, but guys, levels, again, remain the same on Bitcoin, just shifting from the local level to the macro level. But if you watched the live stream yesterday, things basically remain the same. Daily's bullish, 4 hours bearish, mixed signals. It's crazy. But again, if you're a trader, it's, it doesn't really matter whether you go up or down. But guys, let's just go straight to XRP because I can feel you guys itching in your seat. Smash that like button if you guys want to see XRP. Oh, wow, look at that. Everybody hit the like button. Let's take a look at XRP. Baby, look at the Lambo candle on this thing, guys. Oh, my God. Guys, whoo, baby, what a good day. Not only are we pumping on XRP, we also got the price action on Bitcoin, so we can at least talk about something, which makes me giddy. And then also we had a record-breaking live stream viewers on the earlier stream today. We had almost 2,000 people in a stream. It is a record break for me. And not only that, but we're about to hit 50K subs. And not only that, I can't talk about this, but we have something really big coming. We found out, I think yesterday, we had a really cool meeting, and something really cool is coming in the next few months. And yeah, it's just a great week right now, guys. Let's go. But breaking down XRP, guys, and I can't believe it. If you guys watched the stream earlier today, oh, baby. Guys, this XRP move basically did exactly what we expected it to do. Now, I don't want to act like we said that XRP was going to rip. Like last night, I was like, hey, it's going to rip, and then it ripped. Listen, we were not saying that. But something we've been looking at on XRP was basically, hey, whenever things do explode, what are some higher prices on XRP that we can look at? And if you guys watch the stream, this will be very familiar to you. As you know, guys, this looks fake. This looks like a meme. But as you guys know, we were bing-bonging around in this value area. We deviated above it, got sucked back in, respected the low, respected the high, respected the low, respected the high, respected the low, and then decided to just yeet to the upside. And where was our next price target, guys? Our next price target simply was the value area low from the bull market or back from 2021 in April, where we came all the way up to about, a dollar, what was it, $1.90, almost $2. We bing-bonged around up in this range just a little bit, broke the POC, and then nuked into the bear market. But, guys, our next target for XRP was indeed between right here, right? We knew we had this gap right here. So we were able to estimate as soon as we broke these highs, and this is the benefit of watching the live stream, guys, because we talk about this, like, not only that, it's not like we mentioned it once. Like, we talk about this a lot, but we talked about how we had this volume gap up to about 60 cents, between 60 and 63 cents. So we knew once we were able to get above these highs that we would likely see a quick move up into our next level of resistance, which was, again, the value area low of this range from all the way up here in the bull market. And not only did we know that that would be a good place to look for resistance, but because of the volume profile, we knew that if we flew through that volume gap and we were able to get above that level of 60 to 63 cents, we had another gap up, basically not a full gap, but a decent gap all the way up to the point of control. Obviously this is a range between 76 and 80, what is it, 81? And 83. Between 81, or I'm sorry, between, what is this? 75 and 81 or 83 cents, between 75 and 83 cents. Your point of control actually coming in at 83, and then you had a high volume node down here. Again, if you saw the live stream earlier, you'll know exactly where that level came from, and it's simply from this high volume node. So again, not only were we able to know, and if you come down to a lower time frame, guys, you could see the levels respected, right? What happened? We cracked this level, moonshot to our next target. We bing-bonged around. We knew there would likely be some kind of resistance there. Obviously, it's extremely bullish right now, so we only choked up there for a minute. And then what we knew, once you crack this level, the next likely spot for XRP to go is Creighton C. Are you in the chat? If Creighton C is in the chat, let me know. When you break that value area low, where's the next place for price to go? The next likely place for price to go. Exactly. The POC. I don't know if yeah, there we go. Shout out to Ziva Crypto Girl. Now you're getting it. Let's go. Yeah, POC. There's Creighton C. Let's go. Everybody knows. Let's go, baby. And guys, this happened live on the stream earlier today. It's like I feel like I feel like a salesman. Just so you guys know, I do like this is a tool on TradingView. This is a tool on TradingView. I have no affiliation with the volume profiles. This is simply a trading tool. But it's so accurate, right? We knew we'd break the value area low, and so does the CandleMafia. You guys all know when you break that value area low and you hold support, you are likely to make a move to the POC, and that is your next likely place to find some resistance. And what happened, guys? We yeeted above it, got sucked back down, and now we are clinging to the POC as expected, right? Now we know. I don't know if we're going to get this because literally – I don't know if we wind up getting a rip up to $1.28, guys, I might retire. I will just say that. Not because I'm rich off XRP, but because I don't know if you can get, I don't know if I'll ever get that, if any of our calls will be that accurate again. I don't know. It's going to be hard to beat that. So if we get above this level and the POC and we hold it, the next likely spot for XRP to go would be the value area high at about $1.28. And if you guys saw Debate Crypto earlier today, Magic Internet Money was on there, and he was looking at a very similar price at about $1.26. And I really do, I truly, truly respect what Magic Internet Money, I really respect his opinion. He's a prolific technical analyst, and I really do respect him. So maybe keep an eye on $1.26 as well. Either way, we know once you hold that POC as support, the next place to go is going to be that value area high, and here it is, right? Simply put, guys. Simply put, if I go ahead and hide all this TA, I just want to go ahead and simplify this for you guys because I know it might be confusing with all these lines. So I'm going to go ahead and hide everything and do this all fresh. I'm going to go ahead and hide this volume profile. Simply, actually, let me go ahead and let me just pull up that same volume profile because I want to make sure it's the exact same one. Right here, right? So this is our volume profile from the top of the bull market, essentially, right? April 2021. We came up here, we ranged around. We know this is where that level came from. That value area low, that POC, and the value area high. That's all that is. That's all that happened, right? We were ranging down here, right? And then we knew, hey, you could even pull this as a range, right? Here it is, guys. This is like another live tutorial. If you guys didn't see the Bing X volume profile divergence live stream, I swear, we get a lot of good feedback, guys. For some reason, I don't know if it was because it was live, I was answering questions, I don't know what it is. It's the most positive feedback we've ever gotten on anything we've ever made. People were like, dude, I saw that live stream and it all clicked for me. And a lot of people, we got like 6 people. So people were super chatting in Debate Crypto saying that live stream, they were able to make money off of that live, what they learned in that live stream today. And it's like, I have goosebumps right now. This is like why I do this. I'm like giddy right now because everybody learned in that stream so well that they were able, like more than one person were able to apply that information, which is literally the why I did it. And looking here, this is basically where we're talking about finding those key levels from the past and then trying to figure out, by doing this, you can get insights into what price is going to do next before it happens. So if we take a look and we pull this kind of local range here, you can see we were in this area of balance, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong. We nuked into the bear market, and then we kind of respected this area of balance, right? This is considered the fair price for XRP, and then we hopped on top of the value area high, and we knew once we broke these levels, we would likely come up to the value area low of the previous range. And the reason this is so important is because, again, due to the laws of the volume profile, we know once you hold the value area low, you are more likely to go to your POC, and then you flip that POC, and you come to the value area high. If you guys are interested in learning how to trade this way, I was like, sign up for my course. No, I don't have a course, at least right now. We probably will make one at some point. But no, just watch the YouTube channel for free. I teach this every single night at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we just make money out here with the CandleMafia. So definitely check out the prior tutorials on the channel if you want to learn about the volume profile. But this is how we're calling these levels, guys. And we even were able to find other value areas in here that we were able to take advantage of. But again, this is how the volume profile gives you insight into what price will do, because not only is this a level of resistance, but now you have the context knowing what's going to happen when you break that level, and we all know you're likely to go to the PLC, which is where we're hanging out right now. So let's talk about it, guys. I'm going to show you guys some other levels within here, right? Because it's not likely, I mean, maybe if Coinbase winds up giving us a big rip to the upside, maybe it's a quick move. But there is some resistance up here. There's other resistance levels between the POC and the value area high that we have to be aware of, right? Because it's not likely that it's just going to be a straight line to the upside. And those levels you can see here on the volume profile, right? So really, I'll be honest with you guys. Where we are right now, if we flip this high volume node to support and we hold this high volume node as support and we get above that POC, there's really not that much. Basically I would say between $1 and $1.10. There's not much there. There's a big gap. Right now, you do have a little turbulence at about 93 cents. You do have a little bit of a high volume node. You can see that we've been rejected here before. It's also a higher volume node. Let me put on the VRVP because it might be easier to see. Let's see. Right here. Yeah. Okay. So you guys can see here. There's a pretty big gap from here to here at about 93 cents. And where do we reject? Right off that little spike in volume right here. You guys can barely see it right here. There's a little spike in volume, and that's basically where we rejected, the same area we rejected right here. So there are a few of these little blips of resistance. Again, even right here at about 99 cents, I would just call it $1. This is likely going to give you some kind of resistance between $1.01 and 99 cents. But again, really your next bigger area of resistance is not up here until, about $1.10. About $1, between $1.05 and $1.10. But these are likely to give you some kind of turbulence. But then, when you just look at this all in all, these are very little, these are pretty insignificant levels, right? $1 is going to give you a little bit of psychological resistance. But for the most part, there's really not too much up until this level here at between $1.05 and $1.07. And then, I mean, honestly, if you negated all these little levels, let me get rid of all these little levels. If you're just looking at this as a massive gap, which again, it's not, you do have those little levels in there, but if you're not worried about the low time frame noise, I mean, you potentially could hop on top of this POC, shoot through the gap right to $1.10, $1.09, and then at that point, I mean, you're not far away from the value area high because you're already expecting to potentially get up here. And I'm not going to lie, guys. I felt like a moon boy all the other times we talked about this because we talked about it a decent bit ago, and at the time things weren't as bullish, and I felt like a crazy person talking about $1.28, but we're not that far away at this point. So super exciting, but those are some of the higher targets I would be looking at for XRP. And then obviously, who knows what happens, what kind of news we get. And shout out to Crypto Anon and Crypto Billy. I know they are especially excited. I'm not gonna dox their bags, but they're big XRP people, right? So they're probably having a good day today. Let's just assume, right? I mean, they told me, but let's assume they're having a good day. Shout out to Crypto Billy and Crypto Anon. Yeah. With that being said, guys, okay, hang on, Algo. Let's check Algo real quick. That's the market cap. That's not what I wanted. Let's see. Algo got a little pop ski as well. Let's see. Shout out to Wick589. I appreciate that super chat. Yeah. Crimson said, will Asia pump this more? Potentially. Here's my theory, right? Now, again, this is not technical analysis necessarily, but this is just kind of my random prediction based off of what I think would happen if Asia is going to pump this, guys. Right? They might not know this is happening unless the degenerates are up late at night. But when Asia wakes up, guys, if we are able to get some kind of a cool off, which I mean, I guess we kind of are getting. I mean, this looks like a bull pennant to me, guys. But let's just say Asia wakes up, sees a bull pennant on XRP after it had already ripped almost 100% while they were sleeping, and they see a bull pennant, guys. Just no guarantees, but think about if you were sleeping and you saw XRP mooned. That's the thing, is you kind of have that caveat, right? They might wake up and be like, oh my God, we mooned, I'm up a ton, take profit, and then it nukes. Or they're gonna wake up and be like, oh my God, we're up 100% on XRP. That's insane. And then see a bull pennant and be like, oh my God, time to FOMO in. And then we get some kind of wild FOMO buy-in. Coinbase relists, and boom, you're at that value area high before you know it. Again, I'm not guaranteeing we get up there soon. It is a high target, but I will just say it really depends on what Asia's move is when they wake up. Imagine waking up and seeing this bullish setup after you pumped 100%. Again, like, it's kind of a caveat. It's like they might want to take profit, but when with a setup, this is a bull pennant for sure. And again, I'm not a big pattern trader. Just because it's in a bull pennant does not mean that it's guaranteed to break up. Just understand that. Like price does not know it's in a bull pennant. The pattern has really nothing to do with why it breaks out. It breaks out because people are buying and selling, and there's liquidity in the market. Like, liquidity moves the market, not patterns. Just understand that. It doesn't mean that they don't work. But I think some people think that it doesn't know it's in a pattern, if that makes sense, right? Like, it's not like a magical pattern that makes it break out. There's obviously people trading here, and the liquidity is what actually moves the market. So there's more to it than just the pattern. But a lot of people are pattern traders, and, if they're all looking at that as a bullish sign and they're all putting in longs and buying, it will likely break. They do break up more than they break down. So just think of it that way, trying to think of the psychology of someone waking up in Asia and seeing this. Are you more likely to sell or long the bull pennant, right? But maybe we will find out by the end of the stream. Obviously, again, I know, yeah, Gomez said they already relisted. Okay, yeah, a lot of people are saying that. Again, I have not seen it with my own eyes. I'm not saying it's not there at all, but I take their word for it, not mine. Do your own research. I don't like confirming things until I see it with my eyes, but I'm sure you guys aren't lying. So yeah, apparently they already relisted. So I'm actually surprised we haven't gotten a move just yet. But yeah, it's there. Okay, there we go. People are just checking right now. Coinbase pump should come. You would think so, right? But yeah. Let's see. Trading on Coinbase now. All right. Well, I guess that is, yeah. There we go. They did. It's not trade. Oh no, they did, but it's not tradable yet. Okay, so they're like, here it is, but it's like behind a piece of glass. Everyone's like trying to touch it. If Coinbase lists it, I just purchased 1K of XRP on Coinbase. Wait. Okay. Yeah. This is what I mean, guys. We're getting very much mixed signals. Shout out to Creighton C. Again, Creighton C is not a liar. I believe him that he bought $100,000 of XRP on Coinbase. But then Crypto Anon's also very trustworthy. He says it's not tradable yet. So I don't know if it's region-based. Like I said, it's clear that if it's not listed yet, it looks like they're going to. And if it's listed already, it is listed already. Yeah, I bought 4K. Interesting. I bought XRP on Coinbase. It's been listed. Okay. Regional. Yeah, I was going to say it's got to be, maybe it's regional. I used to live in New York. And, it's a pain to get some of the altcoins out there. And, yeah, so, but yeah, it does look like it's probably listed. Again, do your own research. But, yeah, if it is really listed, which it seems like it is, yeah, that's probably the confusion there. Region-based, that's what I would guess. But Crypto Lady said I bought it 17 cents. You must be having a good day then. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Just said just use Coinbase in South Carolina. Both advanced and spot are working. Let's go, baby. It's back on Coinbase. But again, probably regional is probably why some people might not be getting it. But guys, again, yeah, I'm surprised we haven't ripped up yet, to be honest with you. But yeah, you can't buy spot in New York. Yeah, it's New York. Come on. But anyway, shout out to the New Yorkers out there. But yeah. That's definitely bullish. And then again, it's like, what is Asia going to do when they wake up and see this? Potentially buy it up. And again, that FOMO buying, especially with Coinbase listed, might see that FOMO up into $1.28. But yeah, good in Georgia. Yeah. Let's see. I Trust listed it back on their site too. Oh God, guys, I would watch out for XRP to make another move here. But again, although, looks like this is going to go up for it. Yeah, this looks like bullish consolidation to me, right? There's really no reason to, there's nothing saying this thing is going to absolutely dump to the floor, technically, right, on a technical level. But there you go, guys. And again, something we were looking at on XRP for a very, very long time, guys, simply was something we were looking at on a lot of things, such as Bitcoin. But yeah, we need to hire somebody for Frankie Candles to just go back and find certain things we talked about and clip them. But one of the big things we were looking at here, guys, was, again, the money flow crossover on the weekly with the VWAP coming up, looking to print the green dot. Very, very bullish, not only for Bitcoin, but every other coin that is doing that right now, right? Like a lot of the altcoins are starting to do this as well, which is why I was very transparent talking about recently, like, guys, like I have been buying alt. I mean, I've been transparent about this since I started buying. But like even the other day, I was saying, as we were ranging around on Bitcoin, just saying like, hey, guys, like just a heads up, like I am buying altcoins right now. I know a lot of people are waiting for 10K. And again, like I'm not saying it's impossible to go to 10K, but it's way less likely in my opinion. And, I'm buying right now. I think the risk is higher being out of the market. In my opinion, this is not to mean that you should copy me. But for me, it is more risky in my opinion, it's much more risky to be completely out of the market than be partially in and get a big rip to the upside, and then if we come back down, you just buy more in at a lower price, lowering your average buy-in price. Shout out to Creighton C, said, congrats on you, dang XRP bag holders. Now I can't give you the business anymore. Seriously, though, congrats to the army and crypto. Shout out to Creighton C, guys. I know people like to get, like, tribal in the crypto space, like XRP is better than this or whatever, but, most of the time, shout out to Creighton C, everyone's just happy to see everybody win, even if you don't hold it. So shout out to Creighton C. We love you, bro. Let's see. Thesis himself. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. He says, very brief description. Formations are created by market makers where there are no bull pennants. They are symmetrical triangles. They have no bias. Again, formations are created by market makers undercutting one another. Yeah. It's not a magical pattern, right? Like it's the same thing with any pattern. A cup and handle. It's like, do they break up more than they break down? Sure. And I'm sure this is debated across the internet. I don't really have a stance because I don't trade them. But I'm sure, shout out to Thesis, thank you for that. I'm sure there are people that would fight until they were blue in the face that they are a real thing and it's not created by market makers. I'm more in the camp that, it's not magical patterns that move the market. I think it's like pretty clear that that's the case. But at the end of the day, guys, as traders, it doesn't matter what makes it. As long as you know the probabilities and you know how to trade them, it doesn't really matter what's going on behind the scenes. As long as the statistics are correct and your biases are correct, you're going to wind up losing trades at some point anyway. Shout out to Thesis. Thank you for that little drop of info. We appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Alex O. What is going on, Alex? Thank you for being here. Says, congrats. 50K, love watching you grow. Givers gain. Shout out to Alex O Crypto. I appreciate you, bro. And shout out to Captain Kirk as well. Mafia Mama, what is going on? Says, please check my first super chat. You're the GOAT. Hold up. Hang on. I can't believe I missed a super chat. This is wrong. This is a crime. Oh, God, I got to go back for these super chats, guys. Captain Kirk, thank you again for the super chat. Says, 4x'd my trading account today. Thank you for the volume profile live stream, Frankie. This is what I mean. That live stream apparently was like a big thing. I don't know. I just went on there and did my thing. I didn't know that people were going to like it that much. Shout out, says, thank you for the volume profile live stream, Frankie. We all love you, and I love the Mafia. Shout out to Captain Kirk. We appreciate you. The mama, the official mama of the CandleMafia. Crypto Billy said, show XRP. We're going to dig right back in a second. 60 subs away from 50K. Shout out to Hannah King. Said, I'm with Billy. Show XRP. Let's go. XRP to 589. Hannah King showing more love with the memberships. You can trade XRP on Coinbase. Thank you, Billy. We just read that. Oh, yeah. So, Izzy, you might be in a restricted state potentially. Get Frankie to 50K. Shout out to D-Clan Maltman. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you. Did we have 50K? I'll have to check in a second. And then Wick, we will check to see how long it took XRP to hit its last all-time high. If Coinbase lists it, I just purchased. We read that. Shout out to Creighton C. Shout out to Crypto Billy again. Shout out to Creighton C again. We just read that. We just read Thesis. We just read Alex. Let's see. Okay, we read it. Crypto Anon. Oh, there we go, baby. 50K. Let's go. CandleMafia is going on the building. Anon, I got to fight for that because it's actually 100K to get on the building. But I'm going to try to, I don't know. I'm going to try to sell it. Like, we've come a really long way. We did good. We did good in the bear market, guys. I think we deserve it, low key. But yeah, I'm going to try to get that. I'm going to try to see if we could do that. But shout out to Crypto Anon. A lot of you guys have been here since the very, very beginning. Obviously, Anon has as well. And actually, Anon, I do want to show you something, man. Today, Anon was telling me he was so happy about XRP. Obviously, he's a very, very, very big XRP bag holder. And I will say this, your iPhone does show you, I'm not going to pull it up. I'm not going to be able to find it. But I have a widget on my phone that shows me pictures from my photo album. And for some reason, right after Crypto Anon texted me, a picture of me and Anon the first time we ever met at Bitcoin Miami 2022. 2022 or 2021, maybe. I don't know. We met for the first time, and the picture popped up. I thought that was funny. But anyway, God, I'm going to have to get through these super chats, and then we'll get right back to XRP. Yeah, guys, 50K. I cannot believe this, guys. God, shout out to the Candle Mafia. Hannah King said 50K. Congrats, Frankie. I will take my mod wrench now. Lol. Seriously, though, congrats. Hannah King, thank you so much for all the support and gifting everybody all the memberships. Creighton C. Hey, shout out to Creighton, man. Thank you for the $50 super chat, bro. Just congrats. Congrats, brother. Thank you so much, man. This is crazy. What a day, guys. What a day. Even a week, guys. Like I said yesterday, something exciting happened. Metabyte said, congrats on 50K. Wish I could give you 50K. Thanks for all the sauce. Metabyte, you're an OG, bro. You've been here forever. I appreciate you. Tune into all the live streams. I really do appreciate you. And Billy says, from 20 people to 50,000. Unreal. So happy for you, bro. Shout out to Crypto Billy. God, guys, this is crazy. All right. Shout out to the Candle Mafia. This is insane, guys. I want to cover XRP a little bit more, and then we'll cover some more altcoins. I don't even want to look at the number yet. I don't even want to look at the 50K number yet. But we'll do a little celebration at the end of the what do you call this? The live stream. So let's go ahead and move on to our other altcoins, guys. Shout out to everybody super chatting. Thank you for congratulating us on 50K. And I do want to say this before we jump into the alts. This is you guys. Like, you guys are this YouTube channel, and we'll talk about it at the end of the stream, but shout out to you guys. Like, this is as much you guys as it is me. Like, you guys grow this community. You guys being so helpful and so friendly and so amazing in the chat is, like, the biggest part of this of this YouTube channel, right? The community. And I have to say, every single time somebody meets me, I have to say, guys, like, they always comment on the community. They say, thank you for creating the community you made. Thank you for making the Candle Mafia. It's, like, valuable in my life. And that is all a testament to you guys, not me. So this is you guys hitting 50K. You guys celebrate this as well. This is not just me winning on my channel. This is our channel. I would have argued more your channel than my channel, because I think when people think Frankie Candles, they don't think Frankie Candles. They think Candle Mafia. And that's all you guys. And I am forever indebted to you guys. But yeah, we'll celebrate a little bit at the end of the stream. But shout out to the Candle Mafia. Now let's go ahead and jump right back in to the TA. 1,376 people in here, guys. Smash that like button if we get 1,000 likes on this stream. I don't know. I'll give away, like, I don't know. Like my headphones. I'll give you some. I don't know. I don't know. We're going to do something cool, though. But guys, jumping right back in. Seriously, so much love to you guys. You guys are awesome. First-time viewer. Shout out to David. Says first-time viewer. Congrats on 50K. David, I appreciate you. Were you one of those 50K? Shout out to you, man. If you did, you scooted in right before our next all-time high gets hit. 100K incoming, guys. Let's go. Woo! Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Okay. Bison said, Frankie, you just broke the internet here. Wow, congrats. Shout out to Bison9. I appreciate that super chat, man. Oh, God. Here in ND. Did we blow out the internet? We broke the internet. Let's go. Shout out to Bison9. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for being in the live streams, man. I really do appreciate you guys so much. I bought 3 cents XRP last week. Let's go. Win Lambo. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and continue on. A G5 giveaway very, very soon. Give away a signed Frankie Candles picture. I mean, I'll give away 50 signed Frankie Candles pictures. If that's valuable, if you guys think that's valuable, I would do that. I would sign pictures until my hand fell off. So let's go ahead and continue on. Dave, stop. I'm not crying. You're crying, dude. You're crying, not me. Shout out to Jordy. Let's go. Said, this man helped me pay off my car. Congrats on 50K. God, man. Is that true? Jordy, is that actually true, bro? You don't super chat again, but is that true? We got Jim Kramer in the chat. Let's go. Is that true, man? That's like, God. Shout out to the Candle Mafia. Let's go ahead. I'm going to jump into the TA real quick, guys, and then we will hang out a little. I'll hang out with chat a little bit as we move on. But let's go ahead and, I mean, we went over XRP, guys. I mean, this is what we're looking at. If you just tuned in, just scrub back a little bit. We did full TA on XRP, next targets to look for. And then let me just give you guys some pullback targets if we do wind up cooling off, kind of where I would look for, what I would look for. Now, zooming into the lower time frames, I'm actually going to turn on the Heikanashis. So obviously you do have somewhat of a pennant, right? Somewhat of a pennant here. Bada boom, bada bing, right? So these, might continue to get respected. Green dot looking to print on the 24-minute, 30-minute also curving to the upside. Money flow on the 8-hour coming up. But if we do wind up cooling off, like let's say this does not break to the upside and it winds up breaking down, where can you look for a potential fresh entry into a long position? I would argue that you could keep an eye on this golden pocket right about here at about 71 cents. If we do come down, I would look for a bounce potentially off of this golden pocket. Obviously, your 786 is also right below you, coming in at about 65 cents. Shout out to Hannah King, said, this man gave me the knowledge I needed to change my life. That blows my mind, Hannah. Shout out to Hannah King. I really do appreciate you. Hannah's always in here. Hannah's always supporting the CandleMafia. And, yeah, the fact that I am able to do that for people is absolutely mind-blowing. So shout out to Hannah King. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for the gifted memberships. And hopefully I did change your life. And that's really the special thing here. And I couldn't be happier to do that for you. So shout out to Hannah King, guys. Show the princess of the CandleMafia some love in the chat. I think anything below $1 will play out in the long run. Fedcoin, I'd probably have to agree with you there. But again, if we get a short-term pullback, guys, I would be looking at that local golden pocket. Naturally, your boy wants to pull some volume on it. Approaching the local value area high at the moment. I'm going to get rid of the pennant. But, yeah, you got to move to the POC and then potentially on our way to the value area high. And, these levels are likely to get respected in the short term. Right, so we get up here towards our value area high, maybe a good place to start looking for a deviation and a potential short back down to the bottom of the range if that pennant doesn't break to the upside. But either way, whether it's a bull pennant or a wedge or what have you, as price coils up, guys, like regardless of if it's more likely to break up or down, the closer we get to the apex, I mean, obviously this is horribly drawn, but the closer you get to the apex of this pattern, the more likely it is to break out, whether it's up or down. But I would take these as local levels, potentially looking for longs. I would say at the range low here, but I'll be honest with you guys. Like, I maybe like a degenerate. Any trade on a short-term pullback here is going to be kind of degenerate, right? Because we've already gotten a big move up. Now, it does not mean that you can't take a position here and then get that next move up. But it is going to be somewhat degenerate, right? Because you got that big move up, and you're basically betting on this thing continuing to just go up in a straight line, which is definitely possible. But just remember, trading anything that's this volatile like XRP right now is going to be a little bit risky. But again, I would be watching the value area low down here. Obviously, your golden pocket at about, between about 72 and 70 cents even. 786 coming in at 66 cents. That would be another level to watch as well. Coming down to some of the lower time frames, trying to look for confluence with a local golden pocket and the value area low. Got to pull all the way to the high. And look at that confluence, baby. Look at the confluence right here. Golden pocket. Yeah, so these are kind of the levels I would look for pullbacks. Potentially here, I mean, we already kind of got to bounce off this. But if we come back down, looking for longs potentially at that value area low. And then if you break back down a little bit more, you got the 786 right below you, and then you got this other golden pocket 786 retracement down here. So these are the levels I would look for pullbacks. For the most part, I will say, like, I don't even know if you're going to get lucky enough to get that move down. But that's what I would look for more movement to the downside. That is where I would look. Let's see. Let's go ahead and, let's go ahead and move on to some of the other altcoins, guys. Go ahead and spam your altcoins in chat right now. Rob the Crypto Snob, is he in here today? I think he is. I saw him, didn't I? But Yeah, spam your altcoins right now. If you want me to take a look at your altcoin, throw them in there. And one of the mods, Rob the Crypto Snob, Crypto A9, Crypto Billy, Cap, any of the mods will go ahead and count up those votes. And let us know what altcoins we're going to look at. Shout out to Creighton C. Says, for all those, thank you for the super chat, bro. God, man. $20 super chat, too. These aren't like dollar super chats. Shout out to Creighton C. I appreciate you, bro. He says, for all those times you stood by me, for all the truth that you made me see, for all the joy you brought to my life, for all the wrong that you made right, for every dream you made come true, for all the love I found in you, I'll be watching you. Is that song? I know it's a song. Is that the song? Or am I like a millennial and I don't know? Or am I a boomer and don't know? Shout out to Creighton C. I think I'll be watching you. Is that the words, or am I tripping? Shout out to Creighton C. Hey, there's nothing, or is that like not a song? I don't know. But Creighton C. There's nothing like Creighton C. Just singing a song on a nice acoustic guitar. If you guys haven't experienced that, you guys got to link up with Creighton C, and he'll serenade you. Anyway, shout out to Creighton C. I do appreciate you so much, man. Shout out to DeRogue Rao. I don't know how to say your name. I apologize, but he says, don't miss out on Caspa. And if you guys don't want to miss out on Caspa, on Sunday night, we will be dropping the Sunday Sauce video, and it is a video on how much cash you have to accumulate to become a millionaire. I keep wanting to say billionaire. To become a millionaire in the next bull market. So definitely check that out, coming out on at 12 on Sunday, as we have been releasing the Sunday Sauce videos for a few weeks now. So definitely check that out. Don't forget to smash the like buttons, guys. There's the altcoins. Oh, my God. The alts got spammed. Let's go. Let me just check chat real quick here. But yeah, let's see. Matthew Barnes said, give a happy birthday shout out to Braden, the big 1-2. Let's go. That's almost like the big 2-1. Still got to wait a couple years there, Braden. But says, hey, he wants you to show cake. Well, shout out to Matthew Barnes. Shout out to Braden. Hey, Braden, happy birthday, bro. You're 12, so we're going to throw $1,200 for you. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. $1,200 for Braden's birthday in the air. Here we go. Bing bong. Happy birthday, Braden. Let's go. Shout out to Matthew Barnes. Let's get it. What a great day to have a birthday, Braden. Let me tell you. XRP's pumping. Bitcoin's looking bullish. Let's go. All right. Let's see. How many nodes do you use on your volume range? Shout out to Kusi. I don't know exactly what you mean by how many nodes. I don't know exactly what you mean. If you're asking like what my settings are, my settings are like not far off of default. While I look at the altcoin list, I will go ahead and just show you here. Row size 200, value area 70, and then I just show the value area high, value area low, and POC. That's on the fixed range and the value and the visible range. But that's it. Everything else is stock. But shout out to Matthew Barnes. I appreciate you, bro. Oh my God, the altcoin. That's the biggest altcoin list we've ever had. Good Lord. All right. Hopefully. And wait, what did they want to see? What was it? We'll take a look at that first. Shout out to Braden. We're doing it for Braden's birthday. Oh my God. Yo, what is our chat rate right now? Dude, why? Chat is exploding. Shout out to Crypto Outsider, said, paying off the mortgage with today's XRP price action. I can't thank you enough for your dedication and hard work, brother. Crypto Outsider. Guys, this is like blowing my mind. Yo, shout out to Crypto Outsiders. I'm just throwing more money. Let's go, baby. Shout out to Crypto Outsiders. Bing bong. Pay off that house, baby. Let's go. This is what crypto's for. Let's go. Pay off your house. Buy your mama a house. Buy your whole family houses. If you know DJ Khaled, you know that one. Tanner A said, just got caught up to the live. Congratulations on 50K, Frankie. Thanks for all your help in this journey, and thanks to the CandleMafia. What I tell you, they always shout out the thanks to the candle, not just me, the CandleMafia too. This is why you guys are the best community on YouTube. All right, altcoin votes are in and being counted. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Also, happy birthday to Rob the Crypto Snob. Appreciate you for always being here, and it is his birthday, as it is his birthday every day. We got Digital Pencil in the chat. Shout out to Steven from Hit Network. We love you, bro. He says, congrats on 50K. Steven, look at me. I'm doing it. I'm swimming, Dad. Look at me. Shout out to Steven. We love you, man. Hannah King said, I will thank you for everything in person one day. Hannah King, I look forward to that day. I look forward to meeting all of you guys at one point. It's like, yeah, like we've like built such a family here. It's like I meet people in the CandleMafia, and it feels like I've known you guys forever. It's absolutely insane. Frankie Candles meetup incoming very, very soon. We just got to figure out. We have to figure out where everybody's located, and we'll try to go to the most densely populated place, so everybody can kind of go to one central area. Look, Daddy, I'm a farmer. Oh God! Shout out to Super Snoopy. Let's go. But guys, let's go ahead and continue on here as XRP. Oh, baby, is this thing going to break out again? But guys, let's go ahead and take a look at, I'm going to have to go ahead and shout out to Tanner A, man, and Creighton C. Everybody's super chatting right now, guys. The love is overwhelming for real. But I got to find that all. What do they want to see? Oh, cake. You guys want to see cake. Or Braden wants to see cake. We'll check it out for Braden's birthday. Let's go. Does Braden, Matthew, let me know. Does Braden have cake? Does he have any crypto? Because at 12 years old, if you got a crypto bag, bro, you're probably going to be the rich friend out of your group. But anyway, let's take a look here. Taking a look at cake. Taking a look at the daily. Yeah, my gosh. Shout out to V1 says, I made 202% on Cardano and another quick 106 on XRP today. Thanks for the sauce. Shout out to you, bro. I don't know how to say it. V-John? V-John? VW John? Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate that you learned and won your trade. Congrats, bro. Shout out to you guys. Nobody was crying. You're just a YouTuber on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I want to hang out with chat a little bit at the end of the stream, but I don't cry. Not going to lie. Got a little choked up there for a second when I got that first 50K chat. Yeah, God. Shout out to Dave Digital. Don't make me cry on stream, bro. I never cry. I can't cry. Like, if I cry on my live stream, guys, even if I show one tear, Mrs. Candles is going to call me and be like, you have no emotions. How are you crying on stream right now? Like, it's crazy. But anyway, let's continue on. Taking a look at cake, guys, and then we'll move on to the rest of our alts. I will have to, yeah, I'll have to pin them. Oh, there they are. Okay, boom, I found it by chance. Let's see. Pin. Okay, here we go. The altcoins for tonight are going to be XRP, Cake, ETH, ADA, Kava, Gala, and Casper. Let's go. Okay, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and move on. Taking a look at cake on the daily. I mean, guys, the money flow on the higher time frames. Now, the weekly actually doesn't look as bullish as it could. The 5-day, I'll be honest with you. Oh yeah, you got the VWAP flips though. The VWAP flips came in and saved you here. Looking at the 2-day, excuse me. Looking at the 2-day. Getting that, look at the trigger wave. Trigger wave right here. Tight green dot. That is somewhat bullish on the 2-day. Now, I will say this. The weekly actually looks like it might want to cool off at some point. 6-day looks like it wants to cool off. 4-day wants to cool off. And then the 5-day gave you the VWAP flip. So this is somewhat bullish in my opinion, but these other higher daily time frames do look like they want to eventually reset, but they take time to play out, so there is room to pump in the meantime. Take a look at the daily. The daily is looking good on cake. Money flow coming to the upside. You do have a nice little trigger wave right here with a nice anchor wave. Here, right? Like if you take a look at this, take a look at the brush. There's your handle. There's your trigger wave, right? Or your trigger guard, right? Does anybody know what I'm talking about here? I don't want to say it on YouTube, right? You got your handle of this apparatus, right? And then, you know, they look somewhat like this. Some of them have like a little hammer thing back here. And then like this, you would just like kind of pull back this thing, right? And then what happens? Pew, 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 pew. But in this case, when you have a handle and a trigger and you get that trigger wave, what happens? Boom. Usually you get a move to the upside. Just like that 4-hour. Taking a look at the 4-hour on Bitcoin. We had that trigger wave, right? Not necessarily a big anchor wave or anything, but you did have that nice little trigger wave, which wound up yeeting you to the upside. Really, the 6-day is a perfect example of this, where you have this massive anchor wave, and then you have a tiny little trigger wave right here. You could barely see it, and then you pull that trigger, and then that was basically the catalyst to get this blast off to the upside. So let's go ahead and continue on here. Going back to cake, let me give you the sauce on the cake. But yeah, the daily money flow with the green dot and the trigger wave could give you more upside. Now, I can already see here, zooming out all the way. Yeah, okay, so we are approaching some really interesting levels here on cake, because if you see this very, very high volume node, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw a line on this shelf right here. I'll pull some of these levels from the volume right about here. These are your key levels. Really what you want to do here is hop above this point of control, which is coming in at about $1.56. Hop on top of this point of control. Next likely stop would be about $1.74, $1.75. I would say $1.70, right? Because that's where your shelf is right here. About $1.70 would likely income if you're able to hold support on this POC. And then if you're able to get back up to this high volume node, that's $1.75. Next high volume node after that, $1.86. And then you start to lose the volume all the way up here into the $2 range. You do have a little blip up here at about $2.14. But like, let's go ahead and pull this range right here. Yeah, you can see, actually, if I pull it back here, it'll probably line up beautifully. Yeah. So this is, I'm going to take this off. This is, whoops. This is the levels, or these are the levels that I would be looking at, right? If you crack that value area high, if you crack this value area high, again, I don't know why I turned off the VPVR. I got to turn it back on now, right? If you crack this value area high, I do think the next likely stop would be attacking that between $1.70 and $1.75 level, right? And then you also have $1.85 would likely be the next level after that. And then if we go ahead and we pull this range back just a little bit, actually pull it back a little bit more. You can see here locally, once you break out of this value area high at about $1.92, very, very, very big fall off in volume up to this high volume node. Again, getting closer to almost $3. So I'll actually draw this as a range from here to about like here. This is going to be a big level to watch as resistance. But I do think if that daily gives you a big move, I think you could easily get up to this, at least this value area high, if not this one at about $1.92. If we are going to see an alt season, which I will talk about in just a second here, guys. But again, pretty big gap. Even if we zoom out a bit, like that is a pretty significant, yeah, like this gap is pretty big. Yeah, and that value area high is indeed the level you need to break. I would say once in the medium to longer term, if you break this value area high, you're going to get a quick move for the most part, you know, up to at least $2.40. That's my opinion, not financial advice. But it doesn't look too bad, and that daily does look pretty bullish. Taking a look at the 4-hour, now we're going down to the lower time frames. You did have that bullish divergence on the 4-hour with the lower lows on your price action, higher lows on momentum waves, looking for that move to the upside. But yeah, I think you could make a move for that value area high at about $1.65. But in the short term, guys, take a look at the 1-hour. Yeah, 1-hour money flow crossover into the green, 16-hour green dot, and trigger wave. Not printing. It is confirmed. Yeah, this looks pretty good, guys. A lot of these things look really good. It's all about the money flow, guys. It's all about the money flow. Money flow creeps up, crosses into the green, could wind up being a big catalyst. But, yeah, 1-hour, looking for another green dot. This does look like bullish consolidation to me. And if we zoom out again, I will say, pull our range back to the range that we were originally looking at, which, let me go back to the higher time frames. Yeah, so looking at our range that we were looking at before, this point of control is absolutely pinnacle, because this is the level we need to get above. Once you get above this value area, this point of control, that is really what's going to open the door to, again, come up to your value area high at $1.65. But you also, this is the highest volume node, at least on this chart, at about $1.55. And if you could flip this to support, that's a pretty big level. And it will not only open your door up to this value area high at $1.65, but also potentially up to about $1.75. And then again, that big gap all the way back up to this purple box at about $2.50. Not saying you're going to get there today or tomorrow or the next day. But again, like, look at that gap. Quick moves down typically result in big moves up. So I'm actually going to highlight this as a big old volume gap right here. I would actually, yeah, and I'll actually change the color of this to a gap. Bada boom, right? So that is a low volume gap. I'll even label it LVG. Make it a little bit bigger. There we go. LVG. So if you get back up into this box, could potentially, out of the value area high, quick move, probably a stair step, right? Break the value area high, get clung up to $1.75, push back up $1.90, hang out there for a second. Then you push up to here. If you flip that to support, you're probably going to get a pretty quick move up. That's my guess, right? But we got 1,113 people in here right now, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button, 1,000 likes on tonight's stream, and I spin the wheel 20 times. And I'll also do, I'll add something cool to the giveaways. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Ethereum. Now, we did take a look at Ethereum a little bit earlier today. I'm going to actually fly through Ethereum really quickly, and I'm going to do more macro analysis here on Ethereum. I'm going to skip the short term on ETH. But really, guys, the big news here for Ethereum is, well, I don't know if I call it big news, but this is right here, right? This high volume node is very important, right? Why? Because it is the point of control and the value area high. This gold box is the POC and the value area low. I'm sorry, I said value area high. POC and the value area low of our macro range here. This is going to be very, very key. Because again, just like on Bitcoin, we are looking at the similar range from the bull market. If we hold this value area low, we could get accepted back into this range. And if we can get back up, as long as we hold above this gold box, we could expect to eventually get a move up to our our POC is all the way down here. But once if we hold above this gold box, guys, we will likely be accepted back into this range, and we could start to go potentially work our way up to the value area high at 33.18. Not saying we're going to get there tomorrow or the next day or the next day or the next day. But I will say, obviously we do have some levels in between here that will likely cause a lot of turbulence, right? It's not likely not going to be very pretty. Like, it'll probably be something like this. If we do wind up getting up there, it's going to be nasty and ugly and confusing. But once you hold that value area low, you are expecting to eventually get a move up to your value area high. And oftentimes you're looking for a move to your POC. But on this chart, your POC is right at that value area low. So this is a key level for Ethereum right between 1811 and 1737. That is going to be your key level of support. And again, as long as you remain above there, I do think we can continue up. And what are some of those higher levels we can be looking at? Well, I'll be honest with you. Let me get rid of these real quick. Get rid of all these levels. Boom. Actually, no. This would be these would be some levels I would look at, right? Zooming in here just a little bit. If we do fly up here, I would expect some resistance near these lows where these wicks are, right? So I would actually put a level here. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. I would go ahead and put a level here. I would put a level here. And I would also watch this value area low, right? So $2,166, that is going to be a level to watch. I would also watch $22.98 if we do break out. Look for $22.98, nice little shelf of volume there. And then if we break above that, I would look to test this local value area low. And then once we get above this level, this is also going to be a very key level, because just like down here, if we hold this gold box, we could expect to come to the value area high. But on our journey to the value area high, like I said, it's likely going to be messy and turbulent. But if we do wind up getting back up to this level, if we flip this level to support, we know that not only are we likely to hold, if we hold support, not only are we likely to go to the POC and the value area high of this little range that we're looking at, but also it's very close to the macro value area high. So we're very close to that at that point as well. So again, the volume profile, once again, not only giving us key levels, but giving us key levels with context into what is going to happen if we hold the level or lose the level, right? So we know if we hold this level, we could expect to come up to the local value area high, which just happens to be a few bucks away from the macro value area high. But really the point here is, guys, if we hold this macro value area low, it does open us up for much more upside for Ethereum. Even if we don't get all the way to the value area high, you know, we would see, you know, even if we get a rejection here and we break back down, you know, it's holding this gold box that is going to, you know, open up the door for much higher prices for Ethereum. So there you go. Other than that, nice little trigger wave on the daily. Very, very similar to a lot of other stuff. Nice little trigger wave. Nice little pop ski to the upside. And let's go ahead and continue on here. Let's see. Rule number 5, don't bet with RHW. I don't even know what that means. Shout out to Crypto Crab, man. Let's go. All right, let's go ahead and see. I have XRP on Coinbase, but I'm in New York City and I can't trade it. What option would you recommend for me? Anyone? I would say to buy XRP. I think uphold. I don't know the restrictions in New York anymore. I used to, but yeah, I would. Yeah, I don't know the restrictions. KuCoin has new restrictions now. A lot of people are going to get kicked off KuCoin. So I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't want to give you bad advice. So yeah, maybe some other people can. Some of the mafia can give you good places to get it. Femex does have it. Shout out to Frankie. Whatever happened to our little videos we made on the cruise? Shout out to Crypto Thorn. Ask Tony D. So we did make a vlog on the BitBoy cruise, but I don't know if the editors ever cut it. We should probably check on that. Shout out to Crypto Thorn, though. What is going on, man? Let's see. Under 200 live from the start. Shout out to Thrond. I'm not 100% sure what that means. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue on, guys. BitGet has XRP as well. But yeah, it really depends on it depends a lot on your location, right? Because not everyone can use every exchange, depending on your location. But let's see. Frankie, you've changed so many people's lives this last year. Congrats, bro, including me. Shout out to Crypto Independent. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's crazy. 50K, guys. Absolutely nuts. But let's see. Shout out to Ivor. Says, bro, I don't hold meme stuff. I don't really hold too much meme stuff either. Let's see. Let's see. It wouldn't even let me do anything. Too much traffic, probably. Oh, that is a possibility. That is definitely a possibility. All right, let's see. Trust Wallet as XRP. Shout out to Ryan Burton. What is going on, man? All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on to our next altcoin, ADA, before I get lost in the chat for too long. I will come back to chat, guys. I will go over any super chats I missed. And we will, oh, baby, look at Cardano. Cardano making a little bit of a move here. And first off, before we do the analysis on Cardano, I do want to make it like big green candles. Super exciting, guys. Super exciting. You know, even if we come down here, like pretty healthy looking pump. But I do just, you know, everybody's probably freaking out. Oh my God, I missed the bottom. Oh my God, I missed the bottom. Please zoom out, guys. Please zoom out. ADA is still, shout out to TJ's dog ADA, is still 89% off. Still at an 89% discount from its all-time high. I know a lot of people are probably feeling a lot of FOMO on altcoins right now, or not even just altcoins, just specifically XRP. Just understand that like a lot of things got to pop to the upside. A lot of the alts are moving, but just understand, like zoom out. You're still at legitimate accumulation levels, right? Also, Bitcoin dominance, guys. I do think we could potentially see. What just happened? I think we could potentially see some kind of an altcoin season come in here. If we pull up the dominance, obviously the dominance has taken a bit of a, what is going on right now? BTC.D. There we go. As you can see, Bitcoin dominance did get quite the nuke here, which could indicate, guys, that we are going to see some kind of money flow into the altcoins. This is essentially what creates altcoin season that you hear people talk about. You know, obviously Bitcoin pumps, people take their profits, and then they fondue fountain that money all the way down to the altcoins. So we may see some of these altcoins continue to pump, no guarantees, but, you know, Bitcoin dominance coming down like that would indicate, look at the money flow. On Bitcoin dominance on the 12-hour, the 16-hour coming down, the daily red dot is printing. with a blood diamond, right? Now, again, this could have had something to do with XRP, but if we are going to come down here for that Bitcoin dominance, could wind up seeing the alts start to go a little bit crazy. All right, let's see. Let's see. Ivor says, I wonder I made money of Hex than you've ever made, bro. I don't know exactly what that means. Vincent Mark says ETF comes out and boom. Yeah, guys, if we see this ETF approved, things are going to go crazy. Things will likely go crazy. Or it might shock everybody and absolutely dump. You never know. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. Again, back to ADA. Let's actually do the analysis on ADA and not just look at the price action. Okay, so here we go on the daily. Yeah, I mean VWAP. Green dot confirmed AF. Money flow crossover into the green will likely confirm in about 38 minutes. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would watch out for that, right? And very similarly, here we go. I'm going to pull these levels here. These are the same levels I think we were looking at yesterday. I'm actually curious what we said about ADA yesterday. I wonder if we were talking about getting accepted back into this range and coming to the POC. Probably were. But money flow crossover into the green on the daily, guys. Once we see this money, if this money flow continues to flow into the green, guys, I would expect the uptrend to continue. And again, just like any other day we look at money flow, I would expect that if this is in the green, I am favoring the longs, right? It doesn't mean I'm not scalp shorting on the cool-offs, but if we do wind up coming down, I will favor longing the higher lows rather than shorting this down for a massive move back down. I will look for these to be short-term cool-offs before turning around and rolling back to the upside. Shout out to Dave Digital. Thank you so much for that super chat, bro. I really do appreciate you. He said, making lives brighter, one candle at a time, 50K candles. Wow, imagine the glow. Hashtag this little light of mine. Shout out to Dave Digital. I'm gonna wear a little candle hat with a little flame up here. Shout out to Dave Digital. I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Ivor. He said I was saying I made a lot of money with Hex. Sorry, that was aimed at someone else. Shout out to Ivor. But yeah, continuing on here. You see the XRP fair value white paper? I did not. I don't know exactly what you mean by that. But shout out to Gunter. Shout out to you, man. But let's continue on here. For Cardano, guys, looking at this little volume profile right here, taking a look. Let's come down to a lower time frame. Like again, that daily looks bullish, guys. Daily looks bullish, just like it does on Bitcoin, right? That money flow crossover with the green dot is bullish. Money flow, MFOE, guys. Money flow over everything, right? But continuing on, here we go. But yeah, this value area low was likely. I don't know if we got a rejection there. Did we? Let's see. Let's zoom out a little bit. Spawn the levels here. If we wind up, we did wind up coming up to that value area low. Spawn the level here. And yeah, that is where we are getting caught up right now. Take a look at the 2 hour just to clean things up a little bit, right? So we came up to the value area low. Got a little bit of a rejection. If we flip this level to support, I would look to get a move up to the POC at about 37 cents, 0.3785 cents. And then if we're able to get above this POC, I would look for a move up to the value area high. Again, it's just a game of volume profiles and probability. But that is the key level, right? Your key level of support is the value area low coming in at 34.5 cents. If you hold that as support, I would look for a move up to the POC. Again, not to beat a dead horse here with the numbers, but that POC coming in at about 38 cents. So next stop for ADA, or ADA, could be that POC at about 38 cents if we see this pump continue. And that daily does look like it might have a little bit more sauce in the pot, if you will. And then again, does look a little bit like bullish consolidation here. Green dot looking to print on the 30-minute. So, this is very speculative, but something I might look for here. Take a look at the take a look at the 1 hour real quick. Yeah, something I might look for like on the 24-minute or the 30-minute, something like this. If we get a move up to the POC. I might look for a bearish divergence on one of these time frames and look for a scalp short back down to the value area low, where we may be able to put in a higher low and then continue to the upside. But those are the key levels on Cardano, guys. Looking bullish on the daily, and those are the key levels, or the next key levels to the upside that I would be looking at as far as future moves. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Yeah, Asia waking up any minute now. Kryptonian21 said, Frankie, will you make a Coinalyze tutorial? I actually do. If one of the mods can share the links in the chat, I actually do have a few XRP Coinalyze tutorials on the channel. I will continue to make them. But yeah, I do have a couple there. You could start on those, and you should be able to get some real good value out of those. But let's go ahead. Oh, my God. Oh, okay. I thought that was Rob, I thought you shared the link to the video. I was like, yo, dude, you can't be that quick. Come on. All right, let's see. Let's continue on. All right, let's see. After you mentioned Hex, it pumped. Yo, let's go. We could try to take a look at Hex if we have time. But let's take a look at Kava is next. Shout out to Ivor or Ivor. I don't know how to say that name, but yeah, did it actually did it pump? Look at that little. It heard me. But let's go ahead and continue on here. Taking a look at the daily. Let's take a look. Bada boom, bada bing. Here we go. All right, I'm going to clear all the TA here on Kava. Take a look at the daily. Actually looks a bit different than Bitcoin. I will say that. Looks a bit different than a lot of things. Red dot printing. Money flow kind of trending to the downside on Kava. Take a look at some of the higher time frames. Yeah, I mean, guys, again, like in the longer term for a lot of this stuff, rolling to the upside with your money flow, trigger waves with those green dots, this is mostly bullish, I would say. 3-day, money flow crossing over into the green, not a bad look. 2-day, money flow crossed over into the green. Look at all the time you spent in the red here. Might be time to come up into a bigger green wave. Take a look at the 6-day. Money flow trending up, green dot printing, not a bad look. Money flow on the weekly is trending up, looking for a green dot here, in what looks like the short term, right? Like this, the green dot looks like it may want to print maybe this week. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad, right? Like a lot of these things do look somewhat bottomy, guys. Again, there's no guarantees that we don't come down lower, but like a lot of this, as far as money flow, like this money flow looks very bottomy. Like when you see like 3-day money flow, like if you look at the 3-day money flow on things that have been around for a while, it's when you come in a big red wave like this on the 3-day, like usually that's a big deal when you cross back up into the green. Like if you look at Dogecoin, like look at all this time you spent in the red. You cross over into the green while money flow was coming up when you got this massive pump. You faked out into the green here just a little bit, kind of bing-bonged around. But this was a different point of the bear market, right? Like we're at the point in the cycle where we may expect these next money flow crossovers on the higher daily time frames to be like big ones, right? And I could try to find like a decent example for you guys. I mean, I don't know where this crossed over, but you could see on Hex, when that 3-day money flow crossed over, clearly that was the beginning of a massive uptrend, right? And that was back in 2020, right before the bull market, right? Right? But anyway, shout out to the 970 people in here. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. If we get 1,000 likes, I will be giving away some crazy. I don't know what I'm gonna give away. I'm gonna give away something though. All right, let's continue on. Not on Hex though, on Kava. But yeah, I mean, I guess we're kind of finished here. I'll give you guys the levels as well. But again, like that 3-day money flow coming up, guys. 3-day money flow coming up. I will say this, guys. If we're going to come down to lower lows, again, I don't think it's impossible, but I will say something different is going to happen. Like the 4-year cycle, it means if lower lows are going to income, it means that the 4-year cycle is going to break, right? Which is not impossible. I'm not like one of those people that's like, it will never break. I actually think it's very like it's almost certain that it will break at some point. But we're expecting something much, much different to happen than has ever happened, right? And up until now, every time people try to do that in every cycle, they get wrecked, right? And they're just like, it's definitely not over. We're going to lower lows. We're going to lower lows. And then the cycle just plays out as it typically does. Like I watched this happen in 2018, 2019. It's like everybody was calling for lower prices. And it's like, oh, it's a sucker's rally. Trust me, this is going to go down. Like, guys, these bulls are just like hopium. And then it never goes back down to where they think it's going to go, and they wind up buying on the way up, which is exactly what retail does. It's exactly what you don't want to do. You want to buy when things are scary. So, yeah. Anyway, continuing on, taking a look here. And again, like, I'm not saying it's impossible to go down, right? Like, I'm definitely open. But, like, right now, the charts are not saying that we're going to go to lower lows. But, again, it doesn't mean that we can't. But as soon as the chart starts saying, like, hey, we might have lower lows incoming, I will be the first person to tell you. But here we go. These are the levels I would look at on Kava. If you break out of this value area high, probably going to be likely that you come down and test this value area low at about $1.40. $1.39, $1.40, same thing, right? But yeah. Sahir said, I literally sold everything because everyone is buying now. Typically a good move, honestly, like when everyone's getting super bullish, like typically that's the top, right? Everyone calling for 100K at the top of the last bull run. What happened? We never went to 100K. So typically that is a good thing. But here's the thing. Like, I'm not buying, like, all the coins that I'm buying right now, I am not buying in the short term, right? Like, I'm not planning on selling anything I'm buying here. And I think this is what a lot of people kind of get wrong in crypto. As I think it's like every time we pump, people are like, we're going to dump. And so here, like, typically that is a very, very good, outlook, right? Like, usually the herd is wrong, right? So if everybody's bullish, usually it's probably a dump coming, right? So definitely valid. But one thing I'll say is, like, all the crypto I bought down here, and right over here, I even bought some down here. Like, I'm not looking, like, if we dump all the way back down here, I don't care, right? Like, I'm not planning on selling any of this Bitcoin that I've bought over the past year or so, a little over a year. Any of this crypto that I bought all over here, I'm not selling until 2024, 2025. This is my long-term holds. I have my short-term trades where, like, if I'm in a long position from down here to up here and everyone's super bullish, maybe I take some profits on my short-term trade. But my long-term bags, like, if we dump down, I think people are, like, I've been buying, right? So, like, some people, like, not really anybody has said this to me, but, like, for people who have accumulated already, a lot of the really big bears would be like, you're an idiot, dude. You're going to go down to lower lows. That's the wrong way to look at it, right? Like, I don't care. If we come down to lower lows, they're going to be like, ha, see, you DCA'd at the wrong time. And it's like, no, it's called dollar cost average. So if we come back down, you just buy more at the lower lows, and then you'll get an average buy-in cost that's decent, right? That's the whole point of, like, a long-term outlook. So, yeah, like, I'm not selling my spot bags here. I don't care that we're pumping. Even if we do dump, like, I'm not selling my spot bags. It's like long-term investment. I don't care about that. Maybe if I was in a leverage trade or something, I'd be taking profits up here. But, like, even if we came up here, like, I might look to take some profits up at the golden pocket if we get here. But, yeah, just in the long term, I don't even care if we come back down. Like, I'm not like we could go to even 14K or 10K or 12K or whatever the lower price targets are. And, like, I'm not pissed at all that I bought up here because there's no guarantee we come down there. And if we go up, like I said, I think the risk is higher being completely out of the market right now and waiting for those lower lows. So not financial advice, guys, but I will say this. If you are holding off and not buying any crypto to wait for these lower lows, just remember you don't want to be in a situation like the people up here that were like, I'm not selling until 100K, and then they ride it all the way back down. Because if you're waiting for 10K and we don't get it, you're gonna wind up seeing this pump up here, right? And you're gonna pump, and you're gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna buy here. It's too high. It's a sucker's rally. It's going down. Everyone's buying. Like, I'm gonna sell, and then maybe you get a little dump, and you're like, see, told you, lower lows incoming. I told you, idiots. And then you're going to get a bounce here, and you're going to come and make a higher high, and you'll be like, oh, God, okay, maybe the bull market is on, right? And you're up in the 100Ks. So just be careful, right? It's not financial advice. And like I said, I could be wrong. We could come down to 10K. But again, if we do that, like, sure, I was wrong that the low wasn't in, but it doesn't mean that I'm mad that I bought here because there's no guarantees we come down here. So you got to kind of hedge your bets here, right? So just take that for what it's worth, guys. If you are holding for 10K, I pray it goes down there. But just be careful with that. All right, let's see. Right. Yeah, Chris Ergo, remembering back to the previous bull market or the previous bear market when it ripped to 14 or Like when it hit 14K and people said it was going to 9. I don't know if he's talking about the low here at 15.5 and then everyone thought it was going to 9, or if he's talking about when we ripped up to 14K and everyone was like, I'm selling this, it's all going to 0. And then we did have a black swan, right? Like if there was no black swan here, I would argue that you probably would have held this level. You probably would have just bing-bonged around until you took off again, right? So even here, yeah, I guess you were talking about 15.5. But even here, guys, when we rallied up to 14K, everyone's going suckers rally, which technically it kind of was. It was a bear market rally. But a lot of people thought lower lows were going to income, right? And then during March 2020, they came down to 4K, and they were thinking, here it is, the lower lows. And they're not buying here because the lower low wasn't in. They were waiting to come below the lows, and it never came. And then what were those people saying? They were saying, oh, it's coming back up. It's just a retracement. It's just a retracement. It's just a retracement. And then we come down a little bit. They're like, I told you. And then now all these people are buying it up here in the middle of the bull run. That's not what you want to do, right? So at least that's not what I want to do. I would rather risk buying all down here, right? Buying all down here, maybe even up here a little bit, buying. And then if we scoot down and make a lower low, I would have just bought in here. And then what happened? Your average buy-in price maybe winds up somewhere here, and then you ride it off into the sunset, and you basically bought the bottom of the bear market, right? So that's just my strategy, right? You can do your own thing. Doesn't mean I'm right. But again, if I'm wrong, I'm just prepared for it. But anyway, continuing on here, let's go ahead and move on to our next altcoin. Taking a look at Gala. I know a lot of people don't like Gala. I actually do. I mean, This is one that I think can do really well, guys. I do think gaming tokens are going to do very well in the next bull run. And Gala is one of the ones that actually has a bunch of games you can play. Now, I'm not saying it's like Call of Duty on the blockchain, but they have real games. Like a lot of these gaming companies give out these 3D rendered trailers and pass it off as gameplay when it's really just a rendered thing and there's no game in development. There's just like a 3D rendering. But Gala has actual playable games. So I like Gala games, to be honest with you. I am accumulating it. And yeah, I know a lot of people hate it. I don't think the tokenomics are the best. But again, like there's caveats to that. It's not always as simple as people think. All right, let's see. New York's. I feel like that's a saying, Mike. Shout out to Mike. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue on here. Take a look at the daily on Gala. I mean, it's the same as everything else, guys. Money flow coming up on the daily, crossing over into the green. Doesn't mean you're gonna hit $15 anytime soon, but that is more bullish than it is bearish, for real. Very much more bullish than bearish. Look how much time you spent in the red here, and your last money flow crossover into the green was basically a fake out. So definitely looking good on the daily as far as money flow. Medium to longer term trend is likely to continue to the upside. 12-hour green dot printing. 12-hour green dot printing. So let's go ahead and check that money flow on the lower time frames. Take a look at the 90-minute crossover into the green. Yeah, I think this thing might go. I think you are hitting resistance, and we'll talk about the levels in a second, but I would potentially look for another green dot or a money flow crossover into the green already happening. This next green dot on the 45-minute might bring you up a bit more. I'm going to pull the range here really, really quickly. Boom. Yeah, hitting your value area high. This is, and I will go ahead and pull this, see if this fib lines up with our value area high. It indeed does. So here we are. This is the golden pocket retracement of this entire move to the downside. Right? And the value area high is in confluence as well. So this is likely going to be resistance, right? Green dot on the 45-minute may give you another push. I would look for a push up into the 786, coming in right here at about 0.02689 cents. If you put that higher high into that 786, I would look for a potential cool off at that point if you can get a bearish divergence on the 45-minute. But yeah, that's kind of what I would look for. These are definitely the levels I'd be looking at. If you break above that golden pocket, look for the move up to the 786. And then if you wind up coming up here, I would look to potentially, because of the way money flow looks, look to come back down and retest that value area high as support at about 0.0259 cents. Come back down, test that as support before continuing on and potentially breaking out. And then obviously if you get accepted back below that value area, you may wind up cooling off. But again, the money flow on the daily does look very bullish. So this is the level that you need to break out of. And then more specifically, you really want to get over that 786 to crack these highs that you have up here at about 0.02815 cents. But again, money flow would be calling for more upside here on a lot of the altcoins look pretty good, and it would make sense, at least on the daily. A lot of this stuff we looked at, that daily money flow looks very bullish, and with the way the Bitcoin dominance is nuking right now, it could wind up giving us a big move. But let me zoom out a little bit. I want to pull up that VPVR and take a look at what the volume looks like in more of the macro here. Yeah, and I mean, take a look here, guys. I'm going to pull this little volume profile from right here, right? This is likely going to be resistance. If we do break out, I would look for this to potentially move up to this level here at 0.02853 cents. Also, we have a pretty decent volume gap here up until that level. And that is also not only a high volume node, but also your value area low. So if you do get a decent breakout here for Gala, and you do wind up getting a move to the upside, I would look to get above the golden pocket. And then once you're above this 786 and you hold support, you are now above this big high volume node. And if you hold that as support, you then have this gap up to your value area low of the previous range. So I would look for a quick move up to that value area low. And then once you're able to hop up above that value area low, it opens up the door to come to your POC of this range right here at about 33 cents. I'm sorry. And then the value area high of that range is coming in at 0.03145 cents. So these are the levels I would watch on Gala if we do indeed wind up getting a breakout. I would look for something like this. Breakout, flip to support, maybe you bing bong around, quick move to the value area low, get above there, shoot to the POC, get above there, shoot to the value area high. And that is what I would look for on Gala if the uptrend continues, which the daily would support. Obviously not going to be a straight shot up like this. It's likely going to be noisy and confusing, but those are the key levels to watch. And not only the key levels, but why those key levels are key. All right, let's continue on. Shout out to Crypto Licks and Frankie Candles. Congrats on 50K. Thank you so much, man. Calf Cam on 50K. Hey, does anybody know the real way to spell Cav? Is it C-A-L-V-E or is it C-A-L-F? Because I'm not a great speller. I'm a chart guy. I'm a number guy. I'm not a letter guy. But I never know how to spell it. I never know. And I never Googled it. Let me know. Because I see people spell it like C-A-L-V-E-S. And then I see people spell it C-A-L-F-S. And I think calves, those are baby cows. And I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. Let me know in the chat, guys. All right. Continuing on here. Let's go ahead and take a look at Casper, which is going to be our last altcoin of the day, and then we're going to go ahead and do the giveaway. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. If we hit 1,000 likes, we'll do a crazy giveaway. C-A-L-V-E equals human. Calf is baby cow. Thank you, Crypto Crab Man. We got to get the crab to tell us about the cows and the calves. Shout out to Crypto Crab Man. Okay, interesting, because I definitely did not know that. Okay, Metabyte said calf with an F is because of Frankie. Calf Frankie. Shout out to you. All right, continuing on here. Okay, continue. Interesting. Nate says, no, it's calf for an animal too, but one single calf. Wait, so is it calves? Like those are your legs, and then one calf is a calf? I don't know, guys. Chat. Fight. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, shout out to Tony D, the referee. Calf equals one single human calf. Calves equal two human. Okay, this is why it's so confusing. Because, like, I see people. You're the man, Frankie. We appreciate you. Shout out to Hope E. Good to see you. That's funny. That's funny, Tony. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because I see people spell it all. They spell it all different ways. Like, and that must be why. Because sometimes they refer to one calf. But anyway, guys, taking a look at Casper. Taking a look at that 10-hour. I want to take a look at Algo as well. Maybe not right now, but take a look at the 10-hour. Money flow. I'll be honest with you guys. Like, some of this stuff doesn't look as good. A lot of the alts look good, but I will say Oh, God. I will say, money flow coming out here on the daily slightly with snake eyes doesn't look as good as a lot of other stuff. 2-day money flow just crossed into the red. This looks a lot different than everything else. 16-hour money flow kind of coming up. Green dot printing on your 16 and 12-hour green dots printing. Your daily is not looking that great. You do have a daily bull div printing here. Yeah, you may be able to get this thing to tick up here. What's the low? What's the 8-hour look like? Yeah, you're getting bullish divergences here. I'd really like to see this money flow come back up, though. 1-hour money flow coming up. Yeah, I think you could come up here a little bit with Casper. Money flow is not looking as good. I'm a little sussed out on it, but you have a lot of, multiple drives of bullish divergence here. Massive lower lows on your price action. Consistent higher lows on your momentum. Again, it's really the money flow that's not agreeing with this. If I had money flow coming up here, I'd feel really, really good. But yeah, that daily bull div here, right here. Oh no, is that not a higher low? Yeah, you have a higher low in your momentum. So you do have a daily bull div. This is likely to give you something, and you also have snake eyes on your market cipher B right here. These 2 green dots could eventually give you a move up. Hard to say. It's really the money flow that I don't like the look of right here. It is curving out. But if you can get this money flow to roll back over, this daily bull div would be somewhat likely to give you some kind of move to the upside. And I'll just give you guys the levels. Value area high coming in right here at about 0.0418 cents. Your key level of resistance is probably going to be this purple box right here. Between 0.038 cents and 0.039 cents. This is going to be a very, very key level of resistance. It is your value area low POC as well. So if we do come up, really what you want to do is get on top of this value area low. If you hold it as support, that will open the door to potentially come up to the high. And then this value area high is really what you want to break out of to get much higher prices for Casper. But yeah, and then this big old volume gap up here to our last, right here, to our last volume profile coming in right here. So these would be the next levels to the upside if you get a big breakout. Really, your first mission is to get above the value area low at about 0.0384 cents. Excuse me. If you flip that to support, you're looking for the move up to the local high at 4 cents. And then if you break out of there, that's where things get absolutely insane, up to about 0.0467 cents to test this value area low. Also big volume gap, so it'll likely happen very quickly. Quick move down, quick move up. So that's what I'd be looking at on Casper. Pretty cut and narrow, straight to the point. I don't know, easy, simple. I don't know. Keep it simple. But guys, I think that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. Oh yeah, we went a little bit over, but guys, it's an exciting stream for more reason than one. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel of pain and pleasure. Are we at 1,000 likes yet? Creighton C is going to be mad if we didn't get 1,000 likes. But we did break our viewer record earlier today. I might have to stream more in the afternoon, guys. That was a lit stream. I was pumped. And we were at the office on the new set. Oh, baby, it was fun. But let's see. Oh, no. Oh, God, guys. Okay. I almost broke the mouse live on stream, guys. Oh, my God, you guys are still talking about the Cavs. Let's see. Shout out to Philip. I will check the Super Chats. I'm going to spin the wheel real quick, and then I will read all the Super Chats. You will not be forgotten. Don't worry. I will read them. Shout out to Fabian. Fabian says, do you have a course for learning how to day trade? Fabian, we are working on something like this coming down the pipes very soon. I don't want to give away too much, but we are going to be working on this. So we will be very soon. Right now, we don't have an available course as of right now. What you can do, though, is to be 100% honest with you. Simply go through the YouTube channel. Number one, this will cost you $0. This YouTube channel, low-key, is a free trading course. Now, it's not in order. Maybe there's not as, there might not be certain things covered, but listen to me right now. If you have time to invest, right now, go through my YouTube channel and watch all my tutorials, all the strategies, and you will learn a ton. On top of that, if you watch these live streams every weekday at 5:45 p.m., you don't have to watch every one, but I'm saying we're live every day at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for 2 hours, and it's free education. Basically, the whole time, I try to answer as many questions as possible. But right now, like I said, we are developing a course of sorts. But right now, in the premium Discord, I'm basically doing I do premium live streams where it's basically like a live webinar. It's like a live class. So that's the closest thing I have to a course right now. It's also very tight-knit. We've been thinking about locking down the premium Discord and limiting it to a certain amount of people and making it more of like you get spoon-fed trade setups, you get premium TA, I'm active in the chat, but also we might look to lock down and limit the members to keep the live streams smaller. So it could be more of like it's easier to get to the individual chats when there's not a lot of people in there. So it's more of like a mentorship, ongoing live class where I kind of like do these live streams. I'm able to answer a lot of personal questions. So yeah, that's kind of the closest thing we have right now, but it is in the works. But I'll tell you right now, I know I am not against paying for courses. If you have someone else that you think you can learn from, I actually support paid courses. I've learned a lot from paid courses on not like TA even, really. But other businesses I've done, I think paid courses get a bad rap. As long as you're getting it from a legitimate source and you trust that person, paid courses is like one of the quickest ways that you can expedite your learning process, and shave years off of, the hustle it takes to get something going, such as trading or a business. But right now it's more of like a live class that I do twice a week in the premium Discord. But again, we might limit that. You also get trade setups and stuff like that. But yeah, watch the YouTube channel. There's a lot of courses out there that you could pay for that you could just watch the YouTube channel for free and get the same education, if not better. But yeah, it's really up to you. I'm not against paid courses at all, but we will have one at some point. But yeah, definitely, I would just if you're not ready to spend money or you just want to try something for free, just watch the YouTube channel. The tutorials are endlessly valuable. Anyway, moving on here. Let's take a spin here. How many likes did we get? I gave a little bit of extra time to get those likes going. Oh, baby, we're so close, guys. We're so close. 928 likes. We got 9 spins to get that 1,000th like in. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue on here. Let's see. Don't forget to Solana Mash that like button before you leave Sir Quest. I appreciate that quick, friendly reminder, guys. Let's see if we can get a bull div on the likes and get it up to 1,000. Spin numero dos. Here we go, guys. I'm going to crack the Aztecian Moss Water a little bit late tonight. Oh, baby. This is that Arctic Aztecian Cactus Moss Water. I don't know why everybody thinks it's Red Bull or whatever. What do they say? Celsius or something? Calisis? It's not Calisis, guys. This is clearly Aztecian Cactus Moss Water. Clearly, my own natural energy drink. I would never just drink some weird energy drink, guys. Let's see. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Here we go. 797 people in here. We definitely got enough. We definitely got enough people in here. No problem, Fabian. And like I said, brother, if you're not ready to, I don't just want to shill the premium Discord because it is paid, but please understand that I would actually recommend watching through the YouTube channel first. And if you're starting from complete beginner, start on the YouTube channel, learn all that value for free, tune into the live streams, ask questions. This chat is very hard to see all the questions, but I try to answer as much as I can. But really absorb the free value here. It's just like the main reason or the main point of my YouTube channel is to provide as much free value for people as possible. Because when I started trading, I didn't have money for a course. Now, I eventually made money and then spent money on things such as, Discords and all this stuff. But just understand, I wish there was a free resource. That's why I basically designed my YouTube channel to give a free trading course to everybody. And then if you want to take it a step further, you can get in the premium Discord where you get more live interactions, trade setups, and, more advanced stuff, right? We look at exo charts a lot more, and we talk more about the theory behind my thought process when we trade. So, but there's more advanced stuff, right? So maybe start for free on the YouTube channel, and then if you start learning and get in the free Discord as well. Shout out to Chris is my cologne. Shout out to you, bro. Says, oh no, that's not who said it. Somebody said, Oh, no, Cheeks. Shout out to Cheeks that even the free Discord is a great source for knowledge. There's tons of really good traders in there. So definitely get in the free Discord as well. There's tons of free value in there. We have a ton of free stuff. If you're ready to take the next step, then step up to the paid stuff is what I would recommend to you as the person who has the paid stuff. Like, check out the free stuff first. There's no harm in that, right? It's no risk. So there you go. Anyway, let's get... Yo, people still talking about the Cavs. Let's go. Because you're the best, boss. Shout out to Crimson Caravan Company. We love you. I still cannot get into either Discord via the links. At Tony D. If you guys hit up Tony D on Discord, he can help you with that. Or Tony, if you could maybe do an all chat message here and let people know, or maybe Roberto can help you. Rob the Crypto Snob can help you on why those links aren't working. I forget why they don't work, because every time Tony D always says, okay, there we go. Where are you finding the link? Okay, thank you, Tony. Yeah, so Tony D will help you, brother. Spin number, give him a giveaway. Let's go. Spin number 6. Oh, 955. We are so close, baby. We are so close. Let's see. Bada boom, bada boom. Nope. Oh, God, they rugged him on that one. Let's go. So close to 1,000 likes. All right, let's see. Here we go. We got one more spin after this. Who's winning the spin? Shout out to Zonkerd. I don't know how to say that name. I apologize. But we rack up. We do this at the end of every live stream we do. And what was that? That was 8. Let's get one more in here. We do this at the end of every live stream, and then we count up all the giveaways, and we add them all together, and then we give away. We announce the giveaway winners on Friday at the end of every Friday night stream, which is the same time as now, just on Fridays. And at the end, we announce the winners. We usually give away a bag of crypto. We usually give away some merch. It kind of flip-flops back and forth. Sometimes we give away free premium Discord memberships. Shout out to Medic Money. Said, Frankie, you're bossing up. Congrats. 50K YouTube, 20K on Discord. Absolutely mind-blowing, guys. But, all right, here we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 giveaways. That's for the mods. Thank you all for tuning in to tonight's live stream, guys. This is obviously a special live stream. Let me pull up. Let me just pull up. Where is it? Where's the live chat? There it is. Let me pull up live chat, guys. This is obviously an extremely... Joining the Discord. Let's go. Shout out to Zonk. This is a special live stream, guys, for more reason than one. Obviously, we got some really, really nice price action on XRP. Shout out to the XRP army. And obviously, guys, we hit... Let me refresh it. Come on, baby. Very special live stream. My computer's being very slow, or the internet's being very slow. Just waiting for it to... I know. We could... 50,042 subscribers, guys. Absolutely insane. Bing bong. Hold up. We're loading up the bing bong cannon, guys. Let's go. This is insane, guys. 50,000 subscribers. We started this channel a little over a year ago in the middle of the bear market. And everybody told me, oh, yikes, you're going to start a crypto YouTube channel in the bear market? And I was like, yeah, but we could short. Like, I didn't think it was that weird. And everyone's like, I don't know, man. That's sketchy. And we made so much money short in the bear market, guys. And we built such an amazing community. We spent all that time really digging in. And so many people in this chat right now have been here since day one. And we're at 50,000 subscribers. I remember when we were creeping up to 10,000 thinking like, whoa, that's crazy. And now we're at 50K. And I just want to say, especially to the OGs, all the new people as well, but the OGs, everybody who comes here every single day, like I said, this YouTube channel is even more about you guys, the community, not just me. Sure, I give value on the channel. I show up as much as I can. I try to be here every single day for you guys. And it's like I said, when we meet people in real life, they always say to me, like the number one thing they say to me, guys, is like, man, the community you created is so special, man. And like they always want to help. And the Discord's amazing, and the chat's amazing, and it's crazy, guys. And it's just like we have fun every single night in chat. Because of you guys, I get to wake up every single day happy and just looking forward to my whole day. And not only that, like, obviously we work really hard at Frankie Candles. There's a lot of stuff going on. Like, between being a full-time YouTuber, a full-time trader, a full-time premium Discord, there's a lot going on. I also help out BitBoy Crypto and the Hit Network with stuff as well. There's a lot going on, and things get stressful, and I have bad days too. And I do have to say, this is something that's been consistent throughout this entire journey, is no matter how stressed out I am or how frustrated I could be before a live stream, every single day I turn this live stream on, I put up the waiting room, we slap those beats, and I see the Mafia start to pop up in chat. And my mood goes from stressed out, wanting to punch holes in the wall, to just like, let's go. And I'm just genuinely in the best mood ever. And I literally get off the live stream and I forget I had a bad day, and it actually improves the rest of my day. And arguably, this YouTube channel could potentially be like one of the biggest benefits from this YouTube channel is like to my mental health, right? I'm truly genuinely happy. I get to do what I love and hang out with some of the best people I've never met, and it's just really such a special place, and it's insane. It's insane, and I really do appreciate you guys, like, to the end of time. I am forever indebted to you guys, and this is why I show up every single day. And I don't care if we have 5 million subscribers. I will never, ever, 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 ever take this for granted. I wake up every single day. I feel blessed. And if I could say one thing, if I could say one thing to anybody in here, not too long ago, things were not going that great for me, right? And it's just, there's one thing. 50,000 subscribers is a lot to me, right? Like, I know it's not a million, right? But it's a lot to me. And my life was very different a few years ago. And it's just, just understand that this is crazy to me. Like, when I meet people and they want to take pictures with me at Bitcoin Miami, it's like mind-blowing to me. And like, I'm just a normal guy. And I'm never going to lose sight of that. And no matter how many subscribers we have, it's just like the whole point of this channel is to be as real as possible. And I can't thank you guys enough. It's been like an absolutely insane ride. 50,000 subscribers, absolutely insane. Here's to another 50K. I'll see you guys at 100,000 subscribers, which is when we're really supposed to be on the building. But I'm going to try to protest for 50K being that milestone. But guys, for real, to the end of time, I am indebted to the CandleMafia. You guys really, like, my whole life is completely different now. It's changed my life, and it's all because of you guys. And I'll never lose sight of that. And I will always try to answer my DMs. I will always try to answer the comments. I will always try to answer the chats. And I will never take any of this for granted. I wake up every day, and I literally have to pinch myself that I'm dreaming because it's crazy. No, don't make me cry. I was already almost choked up once. But, yeah, guys, I don't talk about this a lot, but put it this way. There was not a long time ago, right? Like a few years ago, I was sleeping on Tony D's couch, right? And that's why he's here with me today. Because when we have an opportunity, and take that for what it's worth too, guys. Like, literally, I was sleeping on a couch on Tony D's couch at some point, right? With Mrs. Candles right there. Right? And these are the people that I always said, I never thought, and I will say this, I never thought I was going to get a break. I just felt like everything was falling on top of me. Everything I tried to do, I would get so close to success, and then I would just get absolutely dumped on. And it's really easy to get discouraged. And, at that time, sleeping on Tony D's couch, I just felt like such a loser. And, like, that's a dark place to be. And the big thing is, like, a lot of people probably think, like, wow, he got lucky. And I will say this. I sent a cold email to BitBoy Crypto, which is obviously how I wound up here. And I will just say this. It was probably the 255th cold email that I sent. And when you ever feel, if anyone out there is in a dark place, maybe sleeping on their friend's couch, or maybe not even that bad, maybe you're just, you're trying to figure out what you want to do. And listen, I have a lot to grow. I am not at my final stage yet whatsoever. And I don't want this to seem like I think I'm more successful than I am or anything like that. But from where I used to be a few years ago, I would have never, ever, ever in a million years thought I'd wind up here. So never lose hope and don't lose motivation, guys, because like I said, I've been kicked down so many times in my life, and it just takes that, again, 277th cold email that someone sees, and it opens up an opportunity. And then, when you get that opportunity, you just got to unload that magazine. And you never know. You might wind up with a CandleMafia of your own. I love each and every single one of you guys. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, I do not just say that because I'm in front of a camera. I say that because I mean it. You guys actually changed my life. And because of that, it is my absolute duty to give you guys my most honest opinions, and I will never lie, and I will never try to fluff that if I think I'm more bullish for views. Never in a million years will I ever, ever, ever do that. And just remember, never give up, and you might wind up with a Candle Mafia of your own. I love each and every single one of you from the bottom of my heart. That's all I got. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy DZ. I'm not crying. You're crying. Dave, I'm not crying. You're crying. Real quick. Let me cover the super chats before I sign off, guys, because I did say I would go back to them, and I don't want to rip anybody off here. Oh my God, guys, these super chats. Woo, baby. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Which one are we up to? Shout out to Tony D. Love you, bro. Here's a 50K. I love you back, bro. Like, so weird. Tony, like, we run a YouTube channel. Like, we would have never thought this. Tony, this is weird, guys. This is the weirdest thing ever. This is like the coolest thing in my life. Like, this is the coolest thing. This is why I show up every day. It's the coolest thing to me. I would never get over this. This is the coolest thing. Anyway, keep shilling the likes, buddy. I need 1K for my ego. Shout out to Creighton C. I pretend I had something to do with it. Shout out to Creighton C. Thank you, Dave Digital, for the super chat. Said, making lives brighter, 1 candle at a time, 50K candles. Wow. Imagine the glow. Hashtag this little light of mine. Shout out to Cybersplash. Said, congrats on 50K. Cybersplash, an absolute OG of the channel, has been here since day one. Creighton C says, perseverance pays off. Dreams come true. S coins don't last, but XRP do. Shout out to Creighton C. Let's go. Looking forward for your TA to change my life. Thanks. Shout out to Crypto BJJ. It's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for those who don't know. Shout out to you, bro. I pray that there's a day where I see a chat saying that I changed your life, man. Philip, thank you for the $5 super chat. Tony D telling us that calves equal 1 human calf and calves are 2 human calves. Hope E said you're the man, Frankie. I think we read that one. Proud of you, Frankie. Thank you, Creighton C. I appreciate you, man. And Crypto Billy says, was Mrs. Candle's plastic cold on Tony D's couch? Yeah, the AC did blow on her. So, yeah, she did get cold that night. Started at the bottom. Shout out to Dave Digital. Said, started from the bottom. Now we here. Let's go. Shout out to Dave Digital. Tony D gifting those 5 Frankie Candles memberships. And Wick 589 with the heart, bro. I appreciate every single one of you guys. And yeah, just, yeah, I don't know. Go find them. Go find your people, guys. Givers gain. Find your people. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to the Candle Mafia. Yeah, hard times. Hard times don't make losers. They make men. Mafia loves you, boss. We got your back. Shout out to Crane C. I appreciate you guys. And with all that being said, candles in chat on your way out. That's all I got. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for 50K. I love each and every single one of you guys. I'll see you next time. I'm not crying. You're crying. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Tyler Ramos.
Sorry, little bit late on the fake out that time, guys. No specific reason for that. Just was falling behind here. I had some stuff to do. Yeah, definitely no specific reason for that delay on the fake out. Yeah, I don't know what to say, guys. I will say this. Shout out to Dave Digital. 7/13/23, very special day. I didn't blow out the candle today, which is definitely bad juju when you hit 50K and you don't blow out the candle for the candle god. So I want to have a little bit of a Can you guys see me? Okay. I want to have a little. Did you guys just hear me? Anything that I just said? What just happened? That was weird. There's no crying in crypto. Yeah, like I said, I had some stuff to. I had something to do, but I've got to blow out the candle, guys. We can't hit 50K and not blow out the candle. I will see this actually real quick before I do this. Shout out to Steven Atwell. I don't know. He said he was blocked. I would never block you, bro. I don't know if you were joking or talking to someone else. Just so you know, I would never block you. You're in here all the time. So hopefully you don't think I blocked you. But anyway, guys, we got to blow out this candle. So I'm gonna do a little non-cult. This is a non-cult ritual. So we're gonna have to go ahead and dim the lights. Mrs. Candles, turn the lights off, please. Thank you. Okay, so here we are, guys. Yeah, we're just going to do a non-culty ritual here. Non-culty ritual. If I get some candles in chat here, we just have to pray to the candle gods, not a cult. Dear candle gods, thank you for 50,000 Mafia members strong. We are now more unstoppable than ever. I didn't really think too much into this prayer, but please send Bitcoin to 100K beyond in this next bull market. Send XRP to 589. And please bless the CandleMafia with infinite gains for all of eternity, and wish Rob the happiest of birthdays for eternity. Shout out to the mods. Bless the mods. Bless the CandleMafia with all the gains. And please bring us the biggest bull market we've ever seen. Thank you for 50,000 subscribers. We will continue to sacrifice our time to the charts in honor of you, candle gods. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. bing bong.
Tyler Ramos.